Hey, what's up, everybody? I haven't done this in I think like 2 weeks now. I took some time off to focus on improving my little tournament, which was not a tournament to start, but due to certain conditions we're in now, it is now a tournament. But I've been wanting to do this podcast for a while, and this is actually going to be the last one I do that is focused on Samurai Showdown for a little bit, and I'm gonna start doing more Georgia-related podcasts and maybe bring my father in and do some fun ones. But I figured this would be a good way to end it because this is kind of like the guy I have here is kind of like one of the more prominent content creators, and I think with him I pretty much have talked to almost everyone that is kind of like keeping the stream going. Samurai Showdown streams going. But yeah, I have Ghost here,
Hey, what's up?
and most of y'all probably know Ghost. If you're playing
Yeah.
Samurai Showdown, you know him probably.
Probably not only Samurai Showdown, actually. I don't start from Samurai Showdown.
Well, it's more like if you're playing. What I'm saying is, if you play Samurai Showdown, you probably know Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, because it's more
Majority
like your stream is the way it works is that we'll talk about that in a second. So I have Ghost here. Why don't you talk about yourself, man? So like, where did you start, man? Where did you like begin your fighting game career or whatever? The way you look at it, anyway.
Alright, first off, I started from anime, right? So, I started from like fast-paced games, and Samurai Showdown was not part of that at all. I started from Chinatown Fair, where my mom basically left me as a kid there, with a bunch of quarters while she handled her business.
I'm glad you said
Uh,
quarters. I thought you were gonna say she just left me.
she
No.
gave me like what, maybe $10 in quarters in like a small bag, and hooked it onto my belt, and was like, play as much as you want, I got things to do. I was like maybe 8 or 9, and then I didn't play a lot because obviously the people there was much older, so I got cooked and then got
Yeah.
told to get off the game. So let people. I didn't understand then, like, this turn-based thing. So like, if I lose, I should go. Let somebody else play. So I was basically like, let me try again, right? It's not fair. Like, you don't just beat me down and just like not let me put another quarter in, right? Like, I had like this quarter trying to put in there, like, your kid just kind of move over, like, so I was kind of stubborn. I didn't start going to tournaments until my mom moved to Florida, right? I finished high school at 16, right? My mom, they really didn't let me like go to those types of things growing up, and she didn't let me like play a lot of video games. She let me play video games when I did good. My mom's Caribbean, she's Guyanese. My dad's Puerto Rican. So she was like, study first, do your schoolwork first, and then you can have all the free time you want in the world. So she was kind of like very hard about it. So I finished high school at 16, and then we moved to Florida at 18. And then my first tournament was ECT. That was my first tournament. I got into things like Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear. Those were like my first like hardcore games that I sat down and practiced. Like, got a stick for them. Was like, oh, if I like get a stick, I'll be that much better, right? Like, I should get a stick, right? And I was kind of playing Street Fighter here and there. I really wasn't interested. I was more interested into like the fast-paced stuff. So I went to ECT when Street Fighter X Tekken was around. That was like my first like big thing. And I didn't do bad. I have this bad thing where I'll be like at the edge of pools and I'll always lose, right? Like, I'll be like winners ending or losers ending. I've had this for years, and I will always lose, right? Like, that was like the big thing.
Yeah.
So like, I'm actually happy now I can actually consistently top, right? Like, and I see the fruits, of my labor, like playing every day with like highly skilled players. And because for Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, it was really rough, man. I'd lose to like Marlon Pie or I'd lose to like some top name player, and because I didn't lab, I just get wrecked, right? Like I
Yeah.
just get destroyed, right? But I never quit. But I just was like, oh man, I'm probably never going to lose, never going to come out of bracket here. I did it eventually, but it wasn't like top 8 or anything. It was like maybe top 32 or something like that, right? Like, so yeah.
So that's your humble beginnings.
Yeah, man.
It's funny because you said
that's
you like playing fast paced games. Is that why you picked fucking Ukyo to bypass the slowness?
so I picked Ukyo. So I'm a Lido style player.
Uh-huh.
So like we're starting from the beginning. The only Lido style character I've never played is Blaze Blue, and I might up picking Izuyori eventually. I play S in Blaze Blue, but I played Johnny and Guilty Gear, Yuzuriha and Under Night, and Ukyo. But Ukyo was not my original main. Actually, when I picked Samsho 2, I played Jubei originally. That was my original character. I played Jubei, and then in Samsho, I didn't start playing Ukyo until Samsho 4. I think it was 4 with Burst and Slash. That's when I started playing Ukyo.
I really like those characters too.
Yeah. I thought Jubei was like the coolest thing around. He had one patch, and he was just a serious guy. And I used to like mash a lot, so like he had that like little rapid fire thing. I don't think it was Samsung 2 though. We had it. I don't know which one it was, but I used to always enjoy mashing it and getting it. People would get hit by it. It was great. But then, like, obviously, as I started understanding the game, I was like, I want to play someone who's quick draw. Like, you know, I like characters like Virgil and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna just play Ukyo and see where it takes me. So I was not good in 5 special. I was terrible at that game. So 5 and 5, I was really bad at that game. So I was like, I mean, maybe now I can sit down and play it. But yeah.
I never played that game like that, really. My first time playing Samurai Showdown at all was like 2 months before this game came out.
I didn't think I would do well in this game, honestly. So it's this game, like Samurai Showdown, this game has like took me through like waterfalls and back. So I picked Ugyo because I like Lido style characters, but I picked them also because what made it worse is because I wasn't the only Ukyo in New York that played Ukyo, right? Obviously, you know, I have a best friend. He's also a family friend, Sonic Soul, right?
Yeah.
So I had like a lot of issues picking this character because he was the more dominant one in New York. He was like the more dominant Ukyo. He played with Aru and he played with Jonah and all those other like big name players. Then I really wasn't around. So then I came in and obviously I was more playing around with like Jacko and like other big players then too. And then he stopped playing, but then people started asking like, whose Ukyo is better? It's people think that I lab with Sonic Soul. I don't lab with Sonic Soul, right? Like it cost so much, but at the same time it pushed me too, right? Because I didn't want him to take the Ukyo spotlight, right? He's like a wonderful friend, right? Like he's like, I would say it's not only him that I got the push from, but he is one of the people who pushed me. And I told him on his birthday last year at NEC that, the reason why I made sure to try to get as good as I can with the character is because I wanted to share the spotlight with you. I wanted to, I've met him when I was 18. So I wanted to just like be there, right? Like you're not the only Ukyo. I just want to be behind, like in his shadow, right? So yeah.
That's pretty cool. I picked Ukyo because I got fucking sick and tired of losing with Tim when I dodge people.
A lot of people have picked up Ukyo, man. I actually didn't think that he would be that popular, right? Obviously, I found out later on from 5 Special that he was super hard to play, and that also that I am at the time. I don't know if anyone else is doing it now, but at the time, I was the only Ukyo player doing the old input. I believe it's 4-1-2-3-6-4. Sabami guys. So like people were like, yo, that input is like mad hard to do. So I like sat down and like was like, I want to try to get this input down packed, right? Like I want to do this input as much as possible, and I wanted to be like a different Ukyo. I didn't want to be like everybody else. Like that's why my playstyle is like oppressive Russian kind of thing, which like I know that a lot of players counteract my style too, right? Like Sugar Bear is one of them, right? To name a few. Um, I have a hard time playing Sugar Bear because I kind of want to oppress him, and he's really good at like keeping calm and sitting back and like being away, right? I lose like 20 to 15 times to that man, trying to like get in alone. I could be winning, and I'm like, I gotta push it. I don't know why, because I'm used to playing aggressive characters like Johnny and Yuzuriha. Those characters are like, if you're blocking, you're losing. That's practically it with light up style characters. I mean, that's how I feel. Like if you're blocking, like fast paced games, if you're blocking, you're losing. That's it. Like you're getting your shit pushed in. But I guess it's not the same with Ukyo.
No,
So like
to me, if I block with Ukyo, I'm about to win because his response to whatever he blocks is a mix up immediately. So if I ever block with Ukyo, I feel like I'm winning because the next thing I do will jail them into like fucking freaking out. It's almost like when I played Sugar Bear too, right? And when I got done playing Sugar Bear, he's like you're weird.
yeah. When I played you the other day, it was kind of strange. I've never seen Ukyo's use 6-6B that much. You use it a lot, right? And it's like that's why I was like, I'm trying to like focus. Like I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to understand how you play Ukyo because I feel like I could learn from everybody, right? Like it doesn't matter who it is because I've learned from like Andy OCR and he doesn't really play Ukyo, right? And I've learned from like even you the other day. I've learned from you, right? I was like, oh, I gotta try to add that 6-6B into mine. I use it once in a while, but I realize it's really good, right? And now Apple Slashes it's always been good, but Apple Slashes has got really good too.
Yeah, I was using it like it would. I was using it like I didn't know it was bad, and like I was talking to somebody on the forums, and they were like, "Apple slices, that's just trash," and I'm like, "I don't know, man. I mean, the way I use it was a catch for.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's super cheap. To me, it's the cheapest shit ever.
If you try jumping and juggle, and now it has juggle properties. Like if you try jumping away and he does it, you can juggle him into bombing guys. It's nuts. Especially if you're in a rage version, you can just clean them out after it. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I was in disbelief. I mean, when I read the when I finally got my hand on the game, and that video I made where I go through all the characters, when I tried Ukyo first, I was like, did they really buff this fucking character? Because at first I was disappointed that weapon flip didn't work, right? Because the expectation was that backdoor weapon flip technique was going to work on everyone. But once I went through all the tools, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, they buffed Ukyo.
Yeah, like people even now, like when I'm playing in bracket and stuff, they're like, "Oh, Ukyo dead," and I'm like, "Never, right? He's not." Like max range 3D is still the wave. Max meaty 2B is still amazing because you can do meaty 2B into like Apple Slashes and it's still crazy good.
I would even argue that 6D is better now because now I can put you in an immediate 50-50 where you can't like.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can do 6D, 2D, 3D, and like because 6D it still recovers pretty well. Like he slides, you get hit. Let's say you're standing, you get hit. When you're recovering from the hit, you can actually react again, right? Like it's kind of odd.
It's gross. I think it's cheap. I think the character's cheap. I think the character's better now by a long shot.
Yeah. So unless your opponent grabs you when you do the slide, you win. It's a win.
If you're good, that will never happen.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you max range it, they're not grabbing you. They have to run up. And then actually, I found out like if you max range the slide, and then they try running up and grabbing you, you can actually input backdash Shibami guys.
Yeah, you'll catch them every time.
You recover at like 0, right? But you'll be able to do it. It's like amazing. I think this Ukyo is better now than last Ukyo.
He is by a long shot. I mean, now you have a weapon flip that works. You can't combo into it, but it works.
It always works. It's always worked in the corner only, but now you have those 3 characters that you know for a fact. Like if
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can go over projectiles now and actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I played Sugar Bear and he did Wutsunami and I did WFT and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I gotta respect that shit." Holy shit.
Yeah, now
that was my win for the night.
The way I like to word it is that now with that weapon flipping technique, you can really hold every character in the game except for Shizumaru hostage. because
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
what are you gonna do if Ukio's enraged? That means he can just run at you, and then if you're a character that relies on projectiles to keep him away, before the best you could do with Ukio was reflect it and take no fucking damage, and then run him down again. But now, I mean, you don't want to. You do not. As rare as it happens, you do not want to be disarmed by Ukio. Like,
Oh
ever.
yeah. It could backfire too. But definitely, his WFT is really good now. Really, really good. Like Wu Zhang, like on top of being able to back throw WFT her, if she sets a trap in your face and you're like at the proper spacing, you can WFT her clean. So right, yeah. I think her WFT and your WFT, I think her WFT may be considered a projectile.
It might be. I mean,
I remember hearing that, but I don't know.
it's all that character is so bad. It's still bad. I don't really know what they can do about her, and I don't care enough about her because she's so bad to do like even more in-depth research. I've researched the character enough to know how to fight, but I'm not looking into her for anything more than that because she's just so bad. Her design is just terrible for the game.
I mean, people still complain about Ukio. People still say he should be nerfed more, right? Like nerf him more, right? Like he needs to be nerfed. Like how badly do you want this character to be nerfed more? Like
I
they're
think
doing
it's
the best they
impossible
can.
to nerf him because
Yeah.
he functionally is just strong. I mean, his recipe is strong. You can't nerf the recipe. If you do, then he's just gonna be trashed here.
Right.
If you give him no knockdowns, he's just bad. Honestly, I think that's what they did to Gendro. And then you give him back his overhead. They don't realize that when they did that, they really fucked the character.
I don't think SNK is ever going to make that character like bad. They'll probably take some things away from him, but I don't think they're ever going to make Ukio like terrible.
They won't.
He's too popular for that.
I mean, so Gendro's popular. They cut his legs.
Yeah, but Genjiro is still really good though. Genjiro is not like
Don't let
bad.
Bates hear the.
Genjiro again. I don't know. Genjiro is still and Bates is still cooking people with Genjiro though. So
Yeah, but he's gross. Just because I beat people with Tam Tam don't mean I'm like Tam Tam's like the grossest. I'm gross. It's a result of the grossness.
I think Genjiro is still really good. At best B tier, right? So I think he's pretty good.
I guess he's not terrible. That's definitely
No, he's not terrible.
It's just that he's obviously just an average character. He's just average as fuck, and it's a shame because it'd be easy to make him good again. They just had to give him back his overhead, and that would be all, or make his card worthwhile. It's just that they made his tools not do anything, and that's what they would have to do to Ukio to make him bad, or like Gendro. They can make Ukio into Gendro. They just have to get rid of his lows, and boom, you got yourself another Gendro. Does that sound fun to you?
Moving on.
Hey, being Gendro don't sound so good now, does it?
I don't even want to think about it, bro. I don't even want to think about Ukio being like trash, right? Like that is not in it because Lido style characters have always been good across the board. I can't name a single Lido style character that is like bad, like terrible, right? So
Armaya.
I said Lido style character.
I mean, she is.
She kind of is. Whatever. We're talking about true Lido style characters.
Okay, whatever, man. Just because she has two stances don't mean one of them isn't the right one.
One of them is Lido style, right? But we don't really air quotate know that she just needs a consistent AA and she's okay. Like if she can have a consistent AA, she's great because all the Lido style characters have a consistent AA, right? Like Johnny has like 6P, Yuzuriha has a counter, right? She has a counter.
That shit's cheap as fuck too.
6D Yuzuriha shit stops jump ins. She cleans and you can combo from it too. That's what makes it crazy. She has tons of different AAs. Ukio obviously has like Sabami Gaish. So yeah. Every Lido style character that I can name, or even the off like Big Bang Beat, if you guys have ever heard of that, the Lido style character in that game even has a consistent AA, and she's top tier, right? Like she's the best character in the game. So like, yeah, Jin has a good AA too. So I don't know. That's all she needs, and she's good.
I played Yuzuriha in Under Night as well. The character I was really good with was What's that Nick character? Everyone hates this character because of her theme. The fuck's her name?
There's so many different women. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
It's the girl with the wind.
Oh, that bitch. Nanase.
Yeah, I love that character. Like
I only know what you're talking about because Sonic Soul used her.
Yeah, I like her.
Her theme is annoying.
Yeah, that's the thing everyone remembers her for. I like playing Anase. She has everything I want. But I also like playing Yuzuriha. And I ended up being like, this character is so much work, and then there's top tiers that do it for half the cost.
But I mean, Yuzuriha was top 5 though, so I mean, if you
but really why not just pick the other 4 that work way less?
Wow, man, you gotta break your knuckles, man, and break your fingers, bro. Some top tiers require some serious execution, man. I used to have that weird problem where you do like her sword stances, and like halfway through you have to like let go of the stick and then continue. I used to never let go, so she used to do something completely different mid-air, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I hated that. I hated it. Like, why do you even have to do that? Like, come on, why is that even a thing? Let go of D before you land, and that's how you make it less recover. Like, why does that have to exist? Like, that's just an unnecessary requirement.
That's just the way it is, man.
It's stupid as fuck. You know, it's like I regret like just not picking Johnny in Guilty Gear. I played Jam, and I fell into the same trap that I did with what's her name? I just said her name, Yuzuriha, where like the highest level combos are just unnecessarily difficult, and if you can't do them, then you fucked. Because Jam,
I wouldn't say they're unnecessarily difficult, because her highest damage in combos, she pumps out like 4K. 4.5K, and then she gets a setup after it, which makes pretty nasty stuff. They got to take the mix. Well, so half your life is gone, and then she got to take the mix.
I'm not saying they're unnecessary to learn. I'm saying they're unnecessarily hard.
Oh yeah. That's what makes the characters great, though. Like
it's great and all until you fucking drop him like a damn idiot, and then like Gordo's just like woohoo, and you fucking lose.
That's unfortunate, man. That's why you gotta turn your drops into mix-ups, man. Like, I dropped that combo, but I still get the plus frames. Let me get that.
Yeah, it don't work like that with Jam. She just literally whiffs, and then you get fucking blown up.
Yeah, you died. Yep.
I love playing Jam though. I actually did drop Jam just because I couldn't execute. I love that character.
And plus, she was really good.
She had an option select round like fucking kick that like did like hit like tech throws, and it blew up throws, and it was like a counter hit launcher. It did everything in one. But
and her counter was really good too. Yeah.
That shit was cheap. I mean, I play Heihyu now. That shit's fun. That's like, damn, that's fun. Playing Heihyu is so fun.
Yeah, he's a good character. He's a slept-on character though, but he's a good character.
I don't think that motherfucker slept on. I think people just.
Well, he was slept on until until that guy beat Dagda.
Yeah, Cha.
Yeah. He used a steering wheel to beat him.
Oh no, not that guy. You're talking about the Canadian guy. Cha is like way better though. He's like insane. That guy.
Yeah. I've heard of him also.
That guy is gross. Initial T. That's the name of the guy.
Oh, there's Initial T. Yeah. Yo, shouts to Milky J. Faust.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Good old Guilty Gear. I know we're like technically off. Well, we're not off. There's no topics here. We can just talk about whatever the fuck we want. Guilty Gear like sign. Like I played Eno, and then I was like, man, this shit's tough. Fuck this.
I didn't play Sign because there was no Johnny. I will not play a game if there's no Lido style characters in the game. It's very rare that I will like if Strife doesn't have Johnny in it, I will not play it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine.
Johnny Lido style needs to be in it, or like some type of like sword quick style character or some form or something like that, right? I don't know. I just have this attraction with that type of characters, or like high execution characters, right? Like if I wasn't playing Johnny, I'd probably play Eno because she is the highest execution based character.
Yeah, I played Eno. I've literally just caused myself misery everywhere I turn. And I play Tam Tam, which is like completely the least amount of like execution. But now I have the issues of having to win through attrition. But I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about Tam Tam now? Have you played versus Tam Tam?
No. I tried playing Scrub Cybot, but Scrub Cybot hasn't used Tam Tam due to the glitch. So if you had picked Tam Tam the other day, you would have been the first good Tam Tam. So I haven't really played any sets against Tam Tam yet.
I did not pick him because of the glitch as well.
I have to keep in my head though that he can SSM now like he can actually SSM now.
Yeah,
like I have to remember it.
Yeah, please try me. You know how long I've been waiting to be able to SSM you sons of bitches.
Because I know for a fact, like a lot of the times when Tam Tam would try SSMing, I would think in my head like, oh, you're not gonna get me, I'm too close, or you're not gonna get me, I'm this distance, or I can just jump, it's okay, right? Now I just have to think to myself, I can just jump. Right? So
I'll never forget, like, even just when I went to Lunar Bout, just like the sheer amount of dodges I did in that one day.
Yeah, you played really well at Lunar Bout.
And then I get nothing. I got nothing out of him. But now I win.
Sucks.
Now I win.
Yeah.
So it's all restored. Now I can play Tam Tam. I don't have to play Ukyo no more. I'll still play Ukyo on the side, but like,
thank goodness we don't need no more Ukyos.
I mean, I can't make y'all look bad. I can't have my side Ukyo be better than the mains. I honestly, if I ever like perform better than y'all with Ukyo, it's just because I don't allow the opponent to ever have the opportunity, you know?
Tell me about it. Trust me. I mean, everybody that I've seen so far, all the high-level players I've seen use Ukyo have a really solid Ukyo, right? I'm talking about like you or Andy. I think there's one more person that used Ukyo. They were pretty good with them too. I think it's just knowledge-wise. He has a very easy systematics, and the moment you figure that systematics out, you could be pretty good with him. And if you have like a slowdown, like a kind of like a smooth play style, you can kind of like be really good with him. Like if you know when you're in the lead and when to go in and when not to go in, that's like the optimal Ukyo. In my opinion, I feel like that is like the best played Ukyo, obviously, you know, space. But that type of Ukyo play I've seen is the most successful play, right? Like it is, because you know, like, oh, I'm gonna be chill here and then I'm gonna rush in here, and you know when to spam you guys properly, and you know when to take the risk. You don't spam you guys too much, right? Like you just kind of just pick and choose when you do it. That's like the best play.
I don't think I don't know if Andy wants to play Ukyo.
He just dabbles in a bunch of different characters.
Yeah, like me personally only picked Ukyo because he's cool, and his play style I could play the same way I play Tam Tam, but like it was 100 times more effective. So
I don't know how people do that. I don't know how people pick characters because they're cool or because of titties. Like I've never been that type of player.
I like titties, but I can't play. I really try not to pick horny characters because they never fit the style I want. Like the horny characters. Horny characters tend to be like crazy mix-ups and like bullshit. And then like the slower paced characters are always like dudes. So like I could never pick a horny character and like play my play style.
So are you gonna play Iroha when she comes out?
Hell no. You know she's gonna be jumping all over the place.
Yeah, if she's like her 6th version, she's gonna be disgusting.
I'm gonna WFT her right out of the fucking air.
I watched the TAS version of her playing, and she was like, it was like watching Guilty Gear. She just went ballistic. Like she combo into like from grab. She had like some crazy combos with the spin. I was like, yo, this character needs to be put into an anime, man. This character is nuts.
I hate her. I hate everything about that character. But I know there's a lot of people who like her, quote unquote, and it is what it is. The horny people won the vote, so it's the result we got. They clearly all I learned was that horny people outnumber.
Like, oh yeah, everyone. Fan service, man. Fan service.
So it's like it is what it is, and I'm not trying to be salty about it. I just don't like her, and it is what it is. But I will enjoy one thing, even though she is this horny fan service character. She is definitely gonna. Because the problem with the game is that like the base roster is really the most vanilla kind of roster you could ask for. But these kind of characters they've been adding in as DLC have been very dynamic in play style and in comparison, right? But so like I like the idea of her being in the game because she offers a different play style or one similar to Yashamaru. So if you don't like Yashamaru but you like Iroha, you'll have a different choice. So, you know, there's always a bright side. Even if I don't like the character, she does offer a different idea. Because right now,
Yes.
for like the longest, vanilla characters were the best. Like Charlotte, Haomaru, fucking like Jubei, you know, characters like that, like the really basic, slow and steady characters. And then you
I
have,
think Iroha is there to like increase the pace. Like she is there to, because a lot of people say Samsho is boring because how slow it is, right? Like, oh, it's so slow. I would play the game if the characters were like a little bit faster, if they had like that real fast character. I think Iroha is that character for people who like, assuming that she's gonna be her sixth variant, that she will be the character for people who like fast-paced characters and titties.
and titties. They added a lot of side boob. She didn't even have side boob. She was already horny before. They added insane side boob to that character. It's funny too because they were like, I remember when the game came out, they said something about not wanting to add her because they wanted the game to have a certain appearance, and they threw that shit out the window because they fucking gave her like her new design is even more like sexual than it was before, but I don't know.
What characters would you like to see in the game?
In the game, dude, I want the ugly characters. I want Genan and fucking Kusarageto. I want some. Everyone in this game is like, aside from Earthquake, is just like optimal looks or whatever.
I want Kankuro. That's what I want. That's what I want.
You mean Zankuro?
Zankuro, sorry.
That's who Bates wants, dude. You don't want.
That's what I want. I definitely want him.
Wants that motherfucker.
I loved him. I love his design. I love like the way he is as a person. Like I like Shizu. Like I use him as a sub, but I really like his father. Like if they put his father in the game, that's why I'm hoping the last character is actually him. Because I'm sold. That character comes in, I'm sold. I would sub that character a lot. I'll play him a lot.
He does look cool as fuck.
He's just, that character. If he comes in, that character is probably going to be a disgusting character, man. He was disgusting in 5 Special. He's probably going to be pretty nasty in this game. So
fucking, we'll have to see if he beats Shizumaru because apparently they're not going to fix him or make him playable against. Man, I thought like I don't mind the matchup with Tam Tam. I fucking hate that match with fucking Ukyo.
I'm confused. What did they change about Shizu? Like
nothing.
What? Like I thought Tap was invul, like wasn't invul anymore. Like level 4
it's
Tap.
The same. All they did was make it so he lands closer after Tap. That's it.
This whole time I'm thinking like they took away the invul from level 4 because I've blown it up a few times with Sabami Gaish, but then I just see like it rip through like a bunch of stuff.
No, that's nothing changed. All they did make Tap land closer. I think they added a hurt box to his float, so it's not so easy to like out float shit. Mm-hmm. That's it, man. He's the same character, so he can still jump and do JC every 3 seconds and call it footsies. Really frustrating. And then the worst part is he can play footsies. Like it's not like he can't. His character.
Oh yeah, for sure.
His neutral's gross.
His 6D is good. His 5D is really good.
His 5D is good. His running 5D is good. His 5C is good. His 2C is the cheapest low in the game.
His jump C is amazing. It's up there with Mina. Mina's jump C is pretty good too. His 6D low profiles, and it AAs too. Like if you jump in and use 6D, it cleans you out of the air. And if you're feeling lazy, just 5D and it cleans you out the air too. Like the hurt box is insane.
They didn't do shit. And honestly, I'm not one of those guys that says, "Hey, you have to nerf this," because I didn't say that about Ukyo. It's just I don't like easy things that have high reward, right? So I don't like JC on him because JC is easy to do, big reward, and then it chokes out half the characters.
especially if you get deep jumping, jump C, man,
you're dead.
Oh man,
you're dead.
And then you're in WFT mode. Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, you're fucking dead. You know the thing I really don't understand about Shizu. Really, the real thing I don't understand is why DP gets you fucking killed, but Tap doesn't. Tap is invincible and does 80%.
Well, Tap. So I just found out maybe 2 months ago, right? Loot Stairs blew me up on it. That Tap can be SSM. See, I didn't know that.
It can.
I was arguing with that man. He's like, your tap can be SSM. That's no, can't. He's like, yes, it can. I was like, nah, no way. He's like, yeah, it definitely can, man. And I'm like, really? So I labbed it and I like failed miserably at doing it. And then he did it because I didn't really use the reversal options a lot back then. So I'm like, oh, there's reversal options. And he taught me how to do the reversal options, which you had to mash apparently. I'm used to trying to like do the input, like Street Fighter. If you play Street Fighter in the train mode, you do the input at a certain time pace and then it kind of records it. I have to actually like mash because their fucking reversal option timer is janky as shit. So then I found out that you can, but you have to be on point. Like the moment it hits and you block it, you have to input it the moment it hits.
Yeah,
so
well that's what I'm getting at. Like, why is DP negative 60 and then fucking like tap is like negative 29, like just enough to be SSM? Tap, if you go past level 4, which is the one that's invincible, it should be like negative 50. Why is the frog? Why is Kiyoshiro's frog? Why can't you neutral jump that and then SSM? But tap, which wins an entire round, is like the hardest SSM to pull off.
Well, for them to like make frog good, I think they would have to like make Kiyoshiro actually like when the frog comes out and then when it disappears, he lands immediately. But what makes it SSMable is that when he's on the frog, when the frog lets go, he actually kind of like jumps up.
He jumps up again. But what, the whole point is that like man, I'm not listening to the chat. Tap, the reason why tap is fucking stupid is because you can't burst it.
Oh yeah, no, you can't. It's a hit grab.
Yeah, it's a hit grab. Tap is easy to build up because you just don't use jab. Why would you ever use jab? You just don't use jab. And
wait, hold up a second, because I use jab for tap. What are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is like you don't use jab, as in like you just don't ever use your jab button. You just get rid of it.
Oh yeah, you get rid of it.
Like why would you ever use jab as Shizu? You just use it for tap. That's your instant win for 3.
I mean, fly and fly, instant overhead is with the light.
Oh yeah, dude, I would sacrifice an instant overhead for a non-burstable 80% hit.
I mean, hold up a second, because if you're really good at tap switching, you can still get the fly and fly. You can get fly and fly 660.
So yeah, it doesn't even matter. You can fucking do whatever you want. So who gives a shit? Well, that makes it worse. That doesn't help his case. He really needs that shit nerfed, because why? It doesn't need to be nerfed so it doesn't work. It just needs to be nerfed so that you get SSM'd. It doesn't make sense for DPs to be SSMable easily. And then that shit is like the hardest shit in the world to punish.
I think the only DP in the game that isn't SSMable is Haomaru, the momentum version, where he's running and he does it and he goes flying across.
Anthony can.
Oh nah, you can't. I've tried SSMing the light.
Well, Shiki can too, and Shizumaru can.
Well, Shiki can, yeah. If he whiffs it, yeah, of course. But somehow Maru's do to get the side switch. So, yeah.
You have to have a privileged SSM. The fucking Shizumaru. Oh, by the way, let's not talk about why he has one of the most privileged SSMs in the game.
Oh,
Does he need a one-shot tap unburstable move and then also one of the most privileged SSMs at the same time?
I would say like his SSM and Ukio's SSMs are like two of my like favorite SSMs, but Shizu's is probably number 1, because if you have like good headphones, you can hear the heartbeat.
Oh yeah, you can hear the heartbeat,
and you can hear it when it fades, like when it's actually dying. Like that's how great it is. Like it's so much good detail. Like it's phenomenal. I'm like, I'll close my eyes every time I hear the SSM. It's so good.
Yeah, it's cool. I love his SSM. It's super cool. I just don't know why like one of the best. And he also has tap.
Yeah, he has tap.
It's tap and
if
that.
you do the SSM, you can hold down tap still while the whole SSM is going.
Yeah, and his weapon flip's godlike too. It's like that man don't miss. That motherfucker got
and his WFT can be an anti-air.
Yeah, his WFT can anti-air.
Yeah. If you jump in and he does it, he goes up.
So like this character is just so dangerous all the time, no matter what, and it's just damn, dude. I fucking hate him. It would be one thing if all that wasn't enough, but then he has JC too. So
well, if you used them, you probably wouldn't be saying that.
That's bullshit, because I've played bullshit characters and complained about them before. I'm like, this guy's got to go. I played Hamaru in the first version of the game. I was like, this character gotta go. This character gotta get nerfed.
He has the fastest DP in the game. My man has 7 frame DP.
I know. In the first version of the game, dude, he was cheap. I did dash jab like all the time, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. And I was like, this has to go.
The punch. Yeah.
I was like, this has to go. This is
you can't
stupid.
You can't. I don't think you can do it still. You can't DP bait him neither. You can't like with frames to make him like your opponent DP because it's too fast.
Right? You can't whiff in his face. You can safe jump him. You just can't you just can't whiff.
You can safe jump him, but you can't like kill frames to try to get him to like. Let's say your opponent is like DP happy, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this move because it's this amount of frames to kill on their wake up, so it'll be 0. No, he kills it. If you're matching light DP wake up, you'll just eat it. you're just gonna just clean it out.
That's one of those really good characters no one plays because Shizamaru exists.
If I had to choose between Hao and Shizu, I'd probably pick Shizu, but Hao is close. Like if Shizu wasn't in the game, I would probably sub Hao.
I mean,
he has all the tools.
Yeah, he's good. It's just, Shizu is better in every way. So,
Yeah. Right, yeah.
There's literally nothing. By the way, Shizu's better than every way by a lot of characters. This is really, that's where I'm at with that character. It's just, they need to nerf that motherfucker. Because he really does eliminate a lot of characters. Just the reason to exist. Just because he excels at everything better than almost everybody.
So I don't know if you know, what would you say? Like, is there any matchups that Tam Tam it's switched now? Like Tam Tam wins this matchup now because of the buffs.
Any character that DP'd me before, there's way worse now. Because like the whole thing is that I always said that Tam Tam was like kind of strong, but was terrible at the same time. Because you could take more risks on Tam Tam than any other character in the game. Because the odds of being SSN by Tam Tam were so low that you could do risky shit all the time. But like any character that would DPing on me, like actively, because there was no risk involved, now they have to watch the fuck out. And that's a big difference because it went from like, because the whole thing is that if Tam Tam, if you ran that Tam Tam, you could just possibly catch a dead zone and get him, or if he dodged, nothing happened. But now,
if you just get a 5B or
5C or something, but now risk takers die, so it's much better. I mean,
but what happens? What happens when you waste the SSM then? Like, let's say you do it and it's gone now. Now it's back to square one, isn't it?
What do you mean, like
let's say you get you're feeling good and you SSM me game 1, right? Isn't it back to square one again now?
Well, the difference is that's a free round because you're not gonna get back in. That was your one shot. You've wasted it. You're probably dead, honestly. Like, you know why I like to think about it like that is because you probably ate like 3 5Bs to get there in the first place. So you're probably dead. Probably just lost the round. That's fine. But it's a big difference because there's a lot of times where I wish I could have won the round, but I just didn't have the opportunity. So now I can win the round. So, it's a big difference. Even if I use it and now it's just gone, winning rounds, assuredly, is a big deal. Because that means I don't have to worry about you coming back by just throwing yourself at me 3 times and getting right once, Because the more times you throw your body at me, if one of them sticks and you get thrown into weapon flip, I lose. And I'd rather just kill you right there and just take the round. And a lot of times that just never happened because, I just didn't have a way to close it out because SSM don't fucking work. But now it does. So we're good. I think he's a good character now. So, he's not like he's probably like A tier now for sure. I don't think he's S. He's probably A. I don't know if he's better than Hamaru and fucking Shiki and all them, but he's definitely pretty fucking good. His only problem is that like it's online, right? So I have no way to really measure anything because I mean, as much as I like to talk shit about how good I am, I'm no match for a fucking delay netcode, and I can't handle a lot of things the same way. So it makes Tam Tam look like average because if you can't anti-air with like the best way to anti-air really with Tam Tam is 2B. because it allows you to keep your space and then control what happens next because you can run up on the opponent. You can't 2B online. It's like a death sentence. I try every now and then. I've lost so many games to trying to fucking anti with 2B. Makes me feel like an idiot. But when I play offline, it works like it's supposed to. It's just online, you're crouching and you're making your hurt box big. So it's not a good match for delayed netcode because if you fuck up, you lose the whole round. And if you hit it, you don't, you just get an advantage. That's really it. So you weigh it against each other. Lose instantly or get in a slight advantage, which offline is not that big of a deal because you'll most assuredly not fuck up. But online, I mean,
that's what we deal with right now. But so how do you feel about the SNK community? Like, and I'm not talking about talking about the how can I put it? Like the newer players, right? Because a lot of people are dropping the game, right? Because, and I've heard this a lot in Samurai Sparring, because I can't find someone my skill level, or I have no one to help me, or when I join lobbies, I get washed 20 times and I don't learn nothing from it, right? Like, how do you feel? What is your opinion on that? I just want to know.
Well, you mean like newer players getting fucked and then leaving?
Yeah, like they lab, they train. Maybe their labbing habits are not great. But what is your opinion on like players who have been playing for a while, but they still aren't great at the game, or because the community is so small now? Like obviously, we all know in the beginning of Samurai Showdown, right when it first came out, we had a lot of people. There's people everywhere. You could find a ranked match. You could find casual matches everywhere. It was great, right? But now you can barely find a ranked match. And if you find a ranked match, it's probably probably Japan or like Brazil or Mexico.
Yeah. or
right?
or all of them, which are cheaters half the time.
Right. But now it's like non-existent, right? Like people, like sure, most people don't care about ranked, but I think most people don't care about ranked because they can't get into ranked, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like, fuck it, I don't want to play it anymore. But I want to know, how do you feel about the upcoming new players that can't find people their skill level, that just like, you know what, fuck this game. The community, I keep running into Andy OCR online, I keep running into Space Detective online, or I keep running into like all these other players who are samurai gods, and I'm only like a 7th Dan, right? Like I don't want to play this guy. This guy has fucking 2,000 matches online. I'm good, right? Like, is there anyone my level? Like, what's your opinion about that?
I think
like,
they're
the community shrinking.
They're fucked. And
Why?
Because they in order to so first of all, the net code is trash. That's 90% of the reason why I can't find matches. Because if the delayed net code wasn't so fucking shit, like if we had rollback, that would open up way more options. Then they could play that guy from Japan, and maybe he does suck, but we wouldn't know because it's delayed net code, right? So he might be the same skill level, but online he's mastered he's mastered 17 frame delay, so we can't tell if he's bad or good. But he may be the same skill level. It's just that delayed netcode makes it impossible because it's trash. So that's the first barrier. Delayed netcode fucks everybody, big or small, whether they know it or not. Like even the new guys, if they don't know what rollback is, whether they know it or not, delayed netcode is fucking them the ass. The next thing that's also bad about this is that since we have less players, we have a strong community. It's not like we don't have a strong community. It's just that introducing a new player is so difficult because everyone's been playing for a while now, and we're not exactly able to find people for them to play of equal skill level, and the online is so trash that they are not going to find anyone. So where do we send them? So we have to pray that these new players that just buy the game late know what Discord is, know how Twitch works, know all this shit, know where to talk to everyone, know where to meet up. That's a lot to put on a brand new person who may or may not even have interest in becoming like the greatest. They might just want to play for fun, but they can't.
That's what I like. Not trying to be the greatest, but they just want to play casual, but they want to be good. You know how some people have friends that's like, I don't want to be like a tournament player, I just want to be good at the game, right? I just don't want to go to a lobby and have all these X's on my boxes, right? Like it's just 20 X's, not a single win, and I beat the occasional guy that got the game for Christmas. You know, like he just got it for Christmas. He's a family man, doesn't know what he's doing. He's just pressing buttons.
Yeah, he's
right?
fucked.
Like,
he's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do about it. Because he has to. He could play ranked or play casual lobbies, and just hopefully somebody is equally as bad as him will play him, right? But it's so hard. It's just so hard. The only thing. Damn.
This is the exact reason why I made Samurai Spark.
Yeah, you're trying to fill the gap, which is good, but I don't think they're gonna improve unless they have to want it, because that they have to really want to improve, and it's gonna be hard.
It's hard. It's hard. I was gonna say it's hard at this point.
Yeah,
because everyone is so seasoned.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Everybody, unless you try to find that specialist who's willing to sit down with you and play, right? You're never gonna get that person that's gonna give you all the everything on a platter, right? Like what I'm trying to say is, let's say I'm new and I want to know the Yoshitora matchup.
Yeah.
Right. So I run into Goro online. Right, Goro streams. So I'm like, oh, this guy streams. I know this guy. Okay, cool. I ask some questions like, yo, Goro, how can, what's the matchup like? What should I be doing against Goro? Right? Goro's a human being, right? Goro's gonna be like, you should be doing this, this, and this, and this, and this against him, right? But then there's the other stuff that I don't know, right? Because obviously, he's not going to go down the whole 3,000 list of how you're perfectly supposed to. And even then, if he does, right? If he does, I still have to lab things. I still have to play my level, right? Because obviously Goro is a samurai god. Let's say I'm like a 7th Dan or a 6th Dan, right? The skill gap is insane, right? Like, unless I find another Yoshitora of that level, what he just told me is useless. It's flat out almost useless. Not, I wouldn't say fully useless, but it's really hard at that point, because it's like I can lab this and he can tell me this, but then this doesn't work. So is he really? And then it's online, because online sucks. Does this really work?
Yeah.
Right. And then,
I feel bad, because that was like the biggest dilemma when I run to people offline. They just get blown up by me, and they're just like, "How is this happening?" And I tell them, like, look, I'm sorry, but that shit you learned online, it just don't work. But you would never know that, ever.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to know? Like, you will never know, because you've won all your matches, right? But you don't know that if you play someone offline who knows what they're doing, they're gonna single-handedly just stop your jumping around. And that's only something you can learn offline, because if you've only gotten online feedback, that's all you have.
Then you don't know what works and what doesn't, even though you're in training mode. And that's why, like, in Guilty Gear, like, that's why, like, I wasn't really going as far as I can, because I didn't lab a lot of things. So sometimes I'd be in a match and be like, what is this guy doing? Like, how do you stop that? Like, 'cause I'm just confused, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've played against Happy Little Resets tons of times in Guilty Gear, and he'll just do things and I'm just like, is that unblockable? And he's like, no. How do I stop that? He's like, you didn't lab that? I'm like, no. And he's just blowing me up because I'm confused, right? I just don't know.
You didn't lab the left, right.
I didn't lab the left, right. I'm confused. I'm getting mixed, and I'm just like, all right, thanks for the games. Next. Right? Because you play 20 games and you lose all 20, or you play 20 and you win 1, and you're like, I was confused from 19 of those matches, right? But I got lucky and I beat you 1 game, right? That's probably what the average Samsho player is saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to do? You know what? Samurai Showdown Special, though, it's got one advantage. It has one very serious advantage that other fighting games don't have.
What is that?
This game, well, other fighting games have this, but it's more like this is all this game is. This game is a game of concept and strategy, and that's really all there is to it. I mean, there's not much execution, so...
I know people who won't play this game because it is bad for their heart.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a strategy, right? And if your strategy sucks, then you feel like you're on thin ice the whole time.
Yeah.
So the way I circumvent people not learning the game or struggling instead of teaching them like the basics and stuff, like, well, they'll learn the basics, right? I'll tell them that they'll learn the basics, but I will focus on teaching them concepts. That way, they know what to lab.
Yeah,
So,
because you did it. You did it you did it at KIT,
yeah,
right? You said you had to like blow up some of the Georgia boys because of the situation.
yeah.
Like
Well,
because the way they were playing.
yeah, I had to be like, well, I taught to all the at KIT. I taught to like everybody. That was like the whole South, like East, like, well, not Southeast. That was more like mid South, and then Southeast, kind of. I had to sit everyone down and teach them concepts on how to apply things, and then from there, you can grow like your strategy. Right? Strategy is everything. But okay, so like I lost to Clorox, right?
Sure.
I lost him. It is what it is. But when I played him, he was beating my ass. But I don't play online, right? So at that moment, I spent the first to 5 figuring out concepts on how to like handle someone like him.
It's the same thing I was doing with you, right? Like you're not trying to win. You're just trying to understand how the person plays with the character and try to grasp the concept of how things are working on, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the exact same thing I try to like teach in samurai sparring, right? Like that's why I try to find the specialists so they can grasp the concept of like the character, right? Because the other samurai sparring the other day was Tam Tam versus Shizu, if I'm not mistaken. Or the Tam Tam player, he or was it Tam Tam versus Yashu? I don't. But the Tam Tam player was like, I don't know if I want to play this game anymore, right? And I was like, well, why? And he was like, because I feel like Tam Tam is not right for me, and like I've tried other characters and it's not right for me, and like I had Scrub Saibot there to help him grasp the concept, but it sounded like at a point where the guy was like, I just don't care anymore, or like I just don't want to play this game anymore because I've given up, right? Like because every time I asked him things, he was like, I have to think about it, right? I'm like, well, Scrub Saibot is available, and I was like, if you hit up Painbot, then it was Tam Tam versus Yashi. Scrub Saibot is maybe available, and I was like, you can hit up Painbot and see if he's available to help you with Tam Tam. I was like, those are the two, really, really good high level Tam Tam players that can, maybe that's not gonna teach you. They're always willing. I'm sure they're willing to teach you and help you. He's like, I'll think about it because Tam Tam is just too slow for me, and sometimes the game can be too much. He's like, oh, back to Tekken now. So I'm just like,
oh yeah, Tekken. If you don't want to play solid and you just want to run the fucking mix on someone at mid ranks, that's the perfect game. You don't need to learn half the shit to be effective.
Execution wise, that game is much harder.
It's not. It's not really. It's a lie.
I don't know. I use Hayachi and.
Yeah, well, I do too. And let me tell you, them motherfucking characters that aren't Heihachi, they ain't sweating nothing, boy. Let me tell you about them other characters. Those other characters, they ain't thinking about shit, dude. They ain't thinking about shit, man. As a Heihachi to another Heihachi, those fucking guys, they ain't thinking about shit. Their combos are easy as fuck. Very rarely do they have to like adjust their combo. You know what? The only thing they're thinking about this is off axis. That's it. That's the only thing. That's literally it, man. Fuck them motherfuckers. I'm so sick and tired of other people telling me Tekken is hard. Tekken is only hard because of bloat. It's not really like the combos aren't very difficult. It's hard because of the sheer amount of knowledge you need to stay alive.
Yeah.
And like people at mid levels, it doesn't matter. Everyone at mid level is super dangerous. Because no one knows enough to defend themselves, but they know enough how to do their fucking mix-up 3 times and win. So if he wants to quit and playing Tam Tam and go back to fucking Tekken and just do his 3-string mix-up and then to his like 2 combos that do half-life, that might be the more fun alternative. Because it's less thought at mid-level to win than it is.
I think, but I think the reason why is because a lot of players that play Samsho hit a wall. Right?
Well, that's the wall is that you can't do that. There's nothing in the game for you to win like that.
But the wall is that they can't find players of skill level, right?
No. They can't grow. They don't feel growth. That's the wall. So like, how are you gonna feel like you grow? You have to straight up outplay somebody, right? Right?
Nobody. Honestly, human beings, they usually enjoy winning, right? You get enjoyment when you win, right?
No, but you have to feel like you're growing, right? Like
Yeah, right. Yeah.
so. But like, here's the thing: when I play Tekken, I play Heihachi. I never felt like that. But when I picked fucking like when I played like fucking Alyssa or like fucking like Asuka, I thought I was a genius. And like it's because like the game enables you to like, well, just not, it's not like this isn't like a fucking Tekken versus Samurai Showdown. It's just more like this option is not available to you in Samsho because there's no mix up in this game that does not involve you absolutely knowing what they're gonna do next.
And that's what a lot of players, they want it on a platter.
Yeah, they can't have it. They have to
they-
learn.
Exactly. They want you to hand you their character on a platter. Like, yo, Paintbot, tell me how to beat Tam Tam, and you'll tell me this one thing, and then it doesn't work, and I'm like, man, that motherfucker lied, bro. I'm still getting blown the fuck up by Tam Tam. So now me as a fourth Dan, I'm like, fuck this, man. Every time I get fucking wrecked by Tam Tam, people are fucking doing this bullshit to me. You know, Paintbot told me to like watch out for Mula Mula and watch out for fucking this other bullshit, and I still getting blown up by it. Now I'm getting SSM'd. Yo, uninstall. I'm good. Thanks. Back to Tekken I go. Players, there's a lot of players like him, right? There's a lot of players that's like, I play this game once in a while and they're still bullshit. There was a patch. Oh, maybe my character is better now, even though your character's already good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting blown up by this character, and I'm still losing. No one likes to see themselves lose back to back, right? And especially if they have access to someone, they want it on a platter because they want to find out. Didn't you say the other day that you had a person that played this game that stopped playing it because he only wants the cheap stuff?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure that was
we
you.
have 3 people that were like anime players.
He was
And
like,
they
oh,
were
I want
like,
cheap
I'm not
stuff.
playing. We had one Marvel 3 player, and then we had one anime player, and they both were just like, eh.
Exactly.
And like the only thing that the Marvel 3 player wanted to do was JC us to death with Darley and Yoshitora, and he's a good Marvel player, and he's a good Dragon Ball player. But you are not gonna beat me with a one-dimensional strategy to oppress me. This game has too much defensive options, unless you play Shizu. Shizu's the one character. By the way, guys, these rules don't apply to Shizumaru. This character's stupid. He can like oppress you in a way that no other character can. The only other character that can do something like that is Ukyo. But at the very least, if you block Tsubame Daishi, he's gonna die. But Shizumaru, nah. But anyway, before they stopped playing before Shizumaru came out, and but the thing was, they wanted one thing that they could use to oppress, and it just doesn't exist because in this game, your strategy has to constantly rotate every single second to whatever they're adjusting to. In other anime games or like other fighting games,
you get it mixed.
You can realistically mix them twice and win, and that's it. You just needed one read. You needed 1 or 2, and in this game, you can do 1 or 2 reads, but those are the big reads. Like everything else in this game is small reads, constantly small reads, and every little tiny read means so much. And it's just, there's nothing that we can do to prepare newer players for that other than what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach people concepts, right? So if I can get them to understand the concept, then they will grow with that. But if I'm sitting here trying to tell him like, hey, this is punishable, it'll work for a little bit, maybe make them feel a little better, and they'll like, get better at punishing. But if they're playing versus someone who's like slightly like above average, they'll take advantage of that, because you can't just keep punishing the same way every time in this game, because most stuff is like, if you try to punish this, I can deflect you, or if you try to punish this, then I'll DP behind it and it'll blow up your punish. There's really so much like stuff like that in this game. You have to really understand concepts and baiting. Like you have to understand the concept of baiting, the concept of like fucking like risk reward. You have to understand like how to manage your resource, how to save your resources for like one moment. It's so much. It's just
the reason I talk about this is because I can't say I was like this, but it happened where I was like, I don't know if I really want to play, and kind of I look at this community as not Samsho community, but I look at the Undernight community as a very toxic community because of what happened to me, right? Obviously, not everybody in the community is toxic, but at the time, obviously, I'm not the only person now that says the Undernight community is toxic. But and this kind of stems into another reason why I made Samsho. I picked up Under Night. Obviously, I play Yuzuriha.
Yeah.
So I labbed. I comboed, did the combos, I did punishes, I did whatever, right? So I said, oh, now it's time to play people. So I slid into the Discord. I said, hey guys, I'm new. I'm looking to play. No one answered. Nobody responded. Instead, people added Red Blade. So if you guys don't know who Red Blade is, he is US best
Wagner.
whatever the fuck. He's the best Wagner. He's the best. He plays multiple characters. Whatever. The guy is like basically like he's the lost soul of Under Night. Basically. He played me in 20 games. Didn't win a single one. Got mauled and destroyed. Learned nothing from it. I said so. Hey, what can I do to improve? What can I work on? Played 20 games. Give me some feedback. He just was like, anytime you want to play, we can play. That's it. Just at me and I'll play you. I don't want to be your stuff dummy, bro. Like I don't want to be like tell me what I need to improve. Tell me what obviously other than the obvious. I didn't get no help. So with that being said, I said I don't think I'm gonna deal with this much any longer. So I just played when I can. I kind of went to tournaments. That like in all the games that I've ever played, Under Night was always the one I did the worst in. I always went 0-2 in Under Night. I've never left bracket. Probably the best I've done is 1-2. I've never done well in a game because I didn't have any help. I didn't have like no one to talk to about it, right? Like it was just rough, right? Like I've been told get good. I've been told, do this, do that, but it never was constructive help, right? It never was like, oh, you did this wrong here playing Yuzuriha. You do this combo route with Yuzuriha. You do this with Yuzuriha, right? It was always like, you need to just get better at the game. That's it, right? That's not a way to help someone, right? So like, I made Samurai Sparring because I didn't want like another game like Samurai Showdown to go down that route where people are like, I'm not getting any help, right? Like I come on once in a while and this keeps happening to me, but I have no one to ask, right? Like obviously we have Discords, right? We have tons of other options to air quotate try to like get player good.
I ain't fucking with the Discords. I don't fuck with the Sam Show Discord.
But sometimes the character Discords are dead. Sometimes like you try to be like a question and then like you don't get the answer sometimes, or like the Discord is just dead, right? Like so, certain character Discords are like the Rimuru Discord is the most active Discord out of all the characters.
That's because they're grasping at straws constantly,
right? like I see Super Izuma in there. I see Loot Stairs is in there. I'm in there and I don't even play Rimuru. I see like tons of other players in there that doesn't play Rimuru that talk in there, right? This one part out of all the characters, everyone that you can get. They're willing to help you. They're willing to talk to you. They're willing to, make sure that you grasp the game concept of playing Rimuru, right? But players complain and say, no one's helping me, so I'm not gonna play. So that's it. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should come up with something that helps players. Not only does it help with long sets, right? Not only does it help with mental, it helps with critiquing. It helps with working on like how to get better. Because most people who play, they play to win, right? Like, oh, I lost 20 times. I didn't win a single one. It's like, but did you learn anything? Right? Like, did you learn anything from that set with Painbot? Well, I know that I got wrecked. That's it. He didn't tell me anything, so I got wrecked. Right? Like, he just said, stop running into my 5B. Fuck that guy. Right? Like, so I made Samurai Sparring where people can ask questions and people can join and not feel like they're not getting any love from other players, right? Like some people will be like, oh, I'm gonna run into Sugar Bear online, but it's a rotation, or look at me, I'm 4th Dan. Sugar Bear's not gonna play me, Some people come and ask me like, hey, I don't play the game a lot, or I play the game a lot, but I want to play someone like Sugar Bear. I want to play someone like Painbot. Can you hook me up with them? Then I'm kind of like, well, yeah, I think I can. I asked them like, yo, man, somebody wants to play you first to 10. You're like, who is it? Some guy that's a 7th Dan, but it doesn't matter. He wants to learn the Tam Tam matchup. Want to play? Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm only 5th Dan.
Yeah, but you have the skill level of a samurai god. So I mean, right? But that's what I'm trying to say. Like some people feel like this person won't play me because I'm underskilled, right? Like he won't play me. I'm just gonna get wrecked, and then I'm not gonna learn anything from it. But now I feel like samurai sparring is here to just help people, right? Like because I made a samurai sparring from listening to it was a video of Stan Lee. Right? Stan Lee said, if you have a decent idea, any idea, as long as it's not hurting anyone, then do it. Just do it. Right? If your idea says it helps people, or it's to make you stronger, or it's to make people around you stronger, then by all means just do it. Right? Like just give it a try. Even if you fail, at least you've tried. So I was like, I want to help people get better because I was there at one point in time where I wanted people to help me, and that experience with Under Night really was like, yo, literally no one is here to help me. Like I don't know any matchups, and I still to this very day don't know any matchups. If I win, it's because
you ran your mix and it worked.
Yeah. The person either isn't as good as I am, or we're equally skilled, and I just so happen to grasp onto their. I'm playing the player most of the time, but I'm never ever saying, I will never tell you, oh, I know this matchup in Under Night, because I don't know. I don't know anything, because I never had anyone to sit down. Like, I can sit down with you, and we can chat about Tam Tam versus Ukyo. I can talk to Space and be like, Ukyo versus Basara. I can talk to other players, Ukyo versus Darlie, right? I didn't have any of that. Nobody wanted to talk to me, because I was some scrub, I was new, and people just dismiss me, right? Like Red Blade, you want to play this guy again? Because I'm not playing him, right? So instead of being a combo dummy, I made samurai sparring, and so far it's worked out, right? So far it's getting love, and I'm happy that everyone's liking it. I always ask during the commentary, like, have you learned anything? How can I improve, right? Like, how can I make you happy, right?
There's gotta be something to it. Your viewership is like way higher than mine. Like, I attribute that to here's the thing. I think Ronin Rumble and your samurai sparring have one thing in common, in which people are participating, and so they will follow, right? And so what will happen is that now they're constantly seeing what you're doing, and so you get more people to come and watch, and they're also involved in it, right? Because they're also part of what you're doing, right? Because you're picking two people, so you're building like a mini community of people trying to learn. And to me, Ronin Rumble was like a mini community of like competitors. So yours is really good, because that means you know who's trying to learn, and it's helpful because now we all know where to go. So it's a good thing to have. Me, I wanted to do something like that in the beginning. I remember trying to advertise it, and then I just said, fuck it, I'm not going to do it, because I ended up settling on something else. And then now I'm doing, but I ended up, me and the Atlanta guys, we do Casa, which it's not going to be called that anymore because of circumstances, but we did that, and I wasn't going to stream it at first, but for like, how you said you're trying to help people and get them to learn correctly, I felt that the way people were playing the game online was wrong, and that was the most footage we had. And then all the old footage of Samurai Showdown was trash, because it was like useless, because the people that got top back in the day were either on the first patch, or they don't even know how to play the game. Like they were just riding their player skill. So I wanted to show people like what proper samurai. I guess this is kind of like fucking. It sounds like I'm super snobby, but I wanted to show people what a proper high-level match looked like when everyone could be punished, but when everyone was punishing each other correctly, and then was making reads. So that's when I started streaming, Casa de Sam Show, and it was to help. I was like, hey guys, look at this. This is what you should be looking for when you're playing. And it hasn't got much traction because obviously no one's a part of it other than Georgia. But I feel like the people who do sub me on YouTube, when they watch it, they're always like, I didn't know that. like that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. And I like it. It's not as helpful as yours, obviously, because you actually like grill them like right then and on
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
spot.
try to. So I try to like, and the worst thing is hearing in the set like, oh, I messed up, or like the other day, what was the last time I was sparring? God, it's been so many. I think it was
I could have swore it was like a Tam Tam and like no, it was Happy Little Recess, right?
Happy Little Resets versus
You know
what's
he's
his
from
name?
Georgia, right?
Oh yeah, versus Dojima. And Dojima, I think the ninth, I think Happy Little Resets was on 9, and the lobby kept crashing, and they were in mid set, and the lobby crashed, and Dojima was like, "Hey, take it, right? Next game, take it." I said, "No, Happy Little Resets, do not take it." I said, "This is not a tournament, right? Like you're not winning anything. Like just play it out again, right? The more time you have to understand, the better,
Yeah.
right? Like you're not. That's why I gave prizes like once or twice, but I don't want people joining because they want a prize, right? Like I want people joining because they genuinely want to get better, right? They're like, you know what, I suck at this game, or I'm decent at this game, but I see other people there's different levels, so I want to get to this next level, right? Like, or people join and like they see like you guys playing in lobbies, and they see like one of you guys do something like wild, right? Like, yo, how do I do that, man? I want to get there. I want to like get to where I can like reflect someone and just SSM them, right? Like I just want to do that. How do I do that, right? And then obviously you got to start, build yourself, right? So like, kind of have like a concept. Like, I sat down with Inozuma until like 4 a.m. one day, right? And actually, Inozuma is another person who experienced the same thing. Obviously, I'm not going to say the name, but Inozuma was in someone's stream, and he was playing. I think this was like season 1, and he was playing, and he wasn't treated well, right? He wasn't treated good in their stream, right? So Inozuma was like, yo, like I had to actually join the person's stream, but like, yo, man, I just got this game. I just started playing fighting games. Please do not do that to me on stream, man. Like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying, right? So you know I sat down with him, and I sat down. I said, whatever you need, whatever I can do to help you, let me help you, right? Like, let me try my best to help you. And if you enjoy me helping you, then you can choose to continue playing the game. And if I can make the experience great for you, then that's fine. If you want to quit, then that's okay too, right? Obviously, you can't find the help you need to get better. So then, if you want to choose to quit, I don't recommend it, but if you want to, you may, right? We sat down to like 4 a.m. Right? We were labbing Ukyo and Remo stuff, and we played like tons of sets. We just played like for hours, right? And he was like, "Yo, it's like 4 a.m." I was like, "But how much did you learn?" I was like, replay value. I was looking at replay stuff. I was like using concepts. Like building a foundation, starting from like the character. So you have your character. You have like what is your first thing? Neutral. What the second thing you want to do? I want to try to like, mix. I want to try to like have a pattern, see if the person can deal with my rhythm. Kind of like like a building block. Like every person that plays a fighting game has something that they want to do in their head, right?
Yeah.
Like my starting point is neutral base, and I'm gonna knock them down, and I'm gonna go to stage 3, which is a mix, right? And then stage 2 is Sabami guys, and you kind of just go with a flow, right? Everybody has a flow, so I try to teach like a flow, right? Like this character does this character has this systematics. Then you should try to do this from what I've seen. But obviously you can go to that specialist of the character and confirm it, this is right or wrong, right? So
Problem is that Rimuru specifically has no high level like.
well, there was higher levels, that's the thing, right? So he was sending me a lot of like Japanese
Yeah, but like
right?
I mean, come on.
It's something, right? Like obviously, as you know, like obviously, like Inuzuma is not like a tournament player. He just wants to be good, right? Like,
Yeah,
he just wanted to be good with the character, right? He just wanted to find something that's like, when I join a lobby, I'm decent or maybe above average, right? And I think that's any player that isn't a tournament player, right? Any player who isn't gonna be going to tournaments and trying to play against high level players, they just want to stand a chance, right? They don't want to see double perfects on the screen all the time, or because I would say a few months ago, I have a secondary account. It's like a fourth Dan, right? It's when like I wanted to like sub a character, and I want to try to like really dish out this character and play a lot and ranked and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I was playing, I was kicked, I was sent messages like get good. I was told I'm terrible at this game.
God damn.
I was told I have the messages. I was told like I played someone, I beat them, and they were like I think like a samurai ward, something like that. They kicked me, right? Some random kicked me and was like stop spamming or something like that. Like just ton of rage messages, right? Like I had people rage quit on me in ranked match. I was just treated terribly. So I was like, if I'm being treated like garbage with a 4th Dan account, just imagine those who are actually trying to play the game being treated like that. I was like, nah, man, this is wrong. You don't treat people like that who are like trying to like get good. Like, and the people shouldn't be treated like that. So this is another reason why samurai sparring is around, because mostly my experiences, but people to get good.
I hope anyone watching knows they can talk to me about anything. I actually take a lot of pleasure in explaining things. So like
Me too. Helping people is like something I really enjoy.
I just like people learning. Like I like helping people, but I like knowing that they came out of it with knowing something more than anything. Because that means that they can take that and then fuck someone else up for it, and then they can be like, "Yeah, Painbot should be gonna fuck you up." That to me is priceless. There's been a lot of people like Happy Little Resets.
Yeah. It
Happy Little
always
Resets.
feels good. It always feels good when you can say, I know the Tam Tam matchup because I play Scrub Sidebot or Paintbot. I know the Ukyo matchup because I play Ghost or Space Detective or whatever. Or I know the Jubei matchup because I play Andy. It always feels great to hear something like that, right? Like you're not this person's skill level, so I know this matchup so well, and if you're not doing what they're doing, then I'm probably going to body you now.
Yeah.
Right? Like it feels good because you've learned that matchup. Sure, now there's other 15 other characters you still have to do that with.
Yeah, but it's still somewhere.
It's good
It's still
to, yeah,
something.
it's still going. You're still going up, right? Like you can still, and people can see it. People like high level players can see potential in that person, right? Like yo, this player has gotten way better. Yo, this like whoa, right? Like holy shit, like oh, or he should win this matchup because he plays me a lot, right? Like obviously, if you're playing high level players all the time, you'll take a lot of L's, but you'll kind of start adjusting, right? So I mean, if you have that mentality, right?
Yeah.
Like if you were genuinely trying to adjust to somebody, because it like Majima Black posted this on Twitter. He said, going 0-2 or going 0-2 close. I said, well, they're so different, right? And he was like how are they different? I said, well, you can go 0-2 and were they close, or was it like a perfect? You got cleaned out, right? And then there's the 0-2 where you didn't download fast enough and you didn't get washed. You just lost back-to-back games. You got them in the red because you were adapting to them, but you didn't get fast enough, right? Because everybody downloads differently, right? Like some people download faster than others. It's like players like Lost Soul, like they download like phenomenally. It's like game 1, like they're already downloading. We're talking Verizon speeds, right? So
The files
like
coming out.
like I haven't even gotten there yet, right? Like I'm okay at picking up things, but I like just started doing like not obvious stuff, right? Like not obvious stuff, right? Like that was the main thing. Like I could only pick up obvious Joe shit, right? Like but now I kind of, from playing it a lot, I can see like I think I can SSM this person. Let me do this, and this interaction should happen, so maybe I can SSM, right? Let's see if this works, right? And if it doesn't work, then I was like, I'll try later on, right? But everyone has a different download speed, and I think a lot of players should play to download, not to win. That was another thing. Like during my Guilty Gear time, I've talked to players like Marlon Pie, Lost Soul, Minus, and like I just asked them like, what can I do differently, right? And without even telling me a long description, Marlon Pie told me you should think with your hands, then think before you should think with your mind before you think with your hands, and let them understand. So I was like, well, that sounds right. He's like, if you're mashing, right, you're not understanding what's going on. You're just praying for something, right? You're just mashing stuff on your arcade stick, hoping for a win, like a DP or like maybe wake up grab or whatever. right? But if you think about it, and you're like, oh, I have defensive options. Let me do pushback, or let me do OS, or let me, my character has this, then you'll be fine, right? And then obviously Lost Soul told me, play the download, never to win, right? The win will come later, right? That was his comment to me. He didn't even say anything after that. He didn't say anything after me that one thing, right? He's like, you're playing to win, because I played him in a Guilty Gear set, and he beat me 40 times straight. I didn't win a single game. And he was like, you can't play to win. Like, you have to play to download. And the moment you understand more, then you'll. So that's also what has made me like better as a player.
Playing a download is like not possible until you've reached a certain level, though, because if you can't stay alive long enough to fucking even know what to download.
I mean, if you lab a lot and if you decently know your character, like you're not playing the download when you just pop the game in, right? Like you got the game for Christmas and you're like, oh, I'm gonna play the download, but you don't know anything yet, right? Like, but if you lab your character every day, and you are just genuinely like, oh, I'm playing against like Andy Oshiro or now my skill level is not up to there yet, right? Like let's say average person, I can't beat this person, but I'm going to pay attention to what they're doing and how I can interact, and then I can go into the lab and then try to reenact these things and see what's the best optimal punch I can do, how I can, maybe do something better later, right? So then when you play them again, they see the adaptation, and now they have to adapt, right? Because it's like those things that they were doing before won't work now, right? So like, you do overhead, you stand more, like, oh shit, he blocked that, whoa, right? You try to grab and they dodge now, right? Like, well, okay, all right, well, I won't do that anymore. You get SSM now when you try grabbing them, right? But this player still isn't your skill level, but they just have few tricks up their bag, like they're still trying to give you a run for your money.
I mean, the moment you can stop killing yourself is like the first step.
Oh,
Obviously.
yeah, of course. The moment you are able to, not kill yourself from rushing. And I said it to you earlier. I said, players like Sugar Bear, I kill myself to all the time because they're sitting back going, woo tsunami. And I'm like, I gotta get to this guy. How do I get to this guy when I can just chill, right? But my playstyle is so much, I want to be like what Goro said. I want to be like jetpacks on, ready to go, right? ready to like get in, because my playstyle is more like I want to like oppress the player. I don't want them to play, right? Get your quarter ready because you're probably not going to be able to press buttons at this point now, right? So like I've always played like that. With Johnny, I get an unblockable off, I'm going to set you for another one, right? You're getting up into another one, right? Unless you know how to get out of it, I'm just going to keep doing it, right? You're not playing tonight. You just might as well just cut your system off and call it a day, right? So that's my playstyle, right? But Samshu has taught me like that's not always going to work. So you kind of have to like slow it down. Obviously, against players like you and Scrub Sidebot, who kind of like are able to sit back and chill and 5B, 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 right?
Even Ukyo, I'll just 5B.
Yeah, like, right.
Just like
I mean, but even from that interaction, I've learned things. I've learned to react when you go 5B and I do Sabami Gaishi and you hit my flame instead. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, here I come. Right? Now I have to try to keep the mix going, or I'm gonna be back to square one again. Right, like even with Yashimaru, right, playing against Guzman yesterday, right, like I was hitting Sabami Gaishis back to back when he was poking out 5B, right, and I was like, wow, like I'm actually keeping up with this player. Like that's the one thing with me, like I don't see myself as like a top player or like even a great player. Like I don't see myself as that. I see myself as a lucky player. Right? I just so happen to sit down with the character and say, I'm gonna lab every character in this game, and after I lab every single character in this game, like their normals, their specials, optimal punishes, what can I do with that? I'm gonna go out and play, and I'm gonna see what these things I've labbed work and what don't work. So when I'm playing people, I'm like, I know this works, but I don't know if this works, but I'll try it anyways, right? So like, and I will even go as far as, if I'm having trouble with a player, I will watch the video of the player and lab their sorry, brain fart.
Tendencies.
Their tendencies. I will sit down for hours and lab their tendency. Like if I'm playing you and I play you often in bracket, and I say I don't want to lose against Painbot anymore, right? I will sit down. I will sit down and watch a video of you playing, and make the computer react the same exact way, and find out what I can and cannot. Even if it means bombing your 5B 30 times, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to sit down, write down, and just lab. That's it. And just keep doing it for hours until like I know this can be done. I have a chance with this. If I delay Sabami guys when he 5s B, right? Or if I first active frame Sabami guys, will it blow it up? Right? And I'm talking like when I lab like what is the best option that I can do in this situation? Right? So I've been practicing run stop deflect. It works sometimes, but I want to see if I can get it consistently. So like that kind of what I'm working on right now.
My play style is not even the same. My play style is like I take immense joy in making the opponent feel like they don't have their whole entire tool set. My entire play style is denial of them. Like, that's how I play. I'm like, all right, I did this. Do you feel like you can keep jumping at me? Nope. Okay, that's good. All right,
I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I don't know how Tam players and like Sugar Bear. I don't know how you guys can sit there for 60 game seconds and just sit there.
I mean, what do I get out of running into your shit? I don't get nothing out of it. Maybe if I was playing like when I play Ukyo, I cut loose every now and then, but that's just because I can. But like characters like Tam and like Kiyoshiro, they don't benefit from running and doing shit. Like they benefit more from denying you space and then forcing you to be uncomfortable, and it's just more beneficial. You can obviously play both of them. You can both be crazy with both. It's just that there's no reason to do it.
It doesn't especially against Kiyoshiro. You don't benefit from such having long animations to get SSM'd.
Yeah, like your overhead
blown out
knocks down. I don't. And then if you get hit standing, I'm fucked. So like that's trash. I hate my overhead. It's good and bad at the same time. I wish my regular overhead worked. I would just use that all the time. But since it sucks, I have to use the instant overhead. It hurts. But I would take Tsubami Gaish any day of the week because there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If it hits, that shit knocked down, I get to run my shit, and then we'll keep moving. Phantoms is like, it only works if you're crouching. I have to call it the crouch, and then you don't accidentally stand to run at me. Most time people get hit by instant JC because they just coincidentally started running at me, and then they get a full fucking punish. But like, those characters, I mean, obviously you can play it however you want, any fighting game with any character you want, right? You can technically play however you want, but there's obviously certain play styles that cater to certain characters, and if you try to like move away from that, you may find yourself losing more than winning. That's why, like, when I tell you about Ukyo, I'm like, I don't see how you guys play Ukyo like this, because to me, when I play Ukyo, I'm like, it just makes more sense to like use the character that can block punish everything in the game to just block and then punish everything in the game.
Nah, man. I when I play Ukyo, I gotta feel myself, man. I have to like.
I don't feel myself unless my opponent is fucking like on the verge of throwing their stick. And it's not like they're frustrated because I mix up. They're just frustrated because they can't get anything they want.
I just wanted to have like, I want it to be different. It's weird. Like when I'm playing Ukyo, what's going through my head is like, how can I make this person stand more, crouch more? How can I make this person scared of me? Right? How can I make this person like fear the Sabami guys? Right? Like, like how do I make this person like rethink their lifestyle? Like, like they're sitting in the corner for like 30 more game seconds. They're like, yo, I've been blown up by this one move like 9 times. I think I'm gonna match DP and see where it takes me. And then I do like, I either get hit by the DP or I like fake frames to make them DP, and then that's it. That's the end, right? But occasionally, like that doesn't work, right? And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna fucking kill the jet fuel, and I'm gonna see how this works, right? Like let me slow down because this is not working, right? But then the moment like I get it though, the moment I get that one sub on me, guys, yeah, it's we on 575 plane time. We going in, right? We catching that flight. Cause I'm going ham. It's really like once I start pressing, it's kind of like really hard to get me off of you unless you option select. And like from what I heard from Andy, Andy was like, if you can just slow down when you're pressing someone so they can option select themselves to death, then you'll just be that much better. So I'm like also putting that into my work also, because sometimes I'll be too fast, right? Like I'll be like, I gotta kill him, I gotta do it, and then like do 3D, and like they'll be like option select, and like against like Lutz or something like that, he'll like option select, push me away, and then now I'm getting set up now, right? Like I'm getting blown up now, like ah fuck, right? But I kind of try to slow down now, right? So
honestly, you guys, when y'all play aggressive with Ukyo, I feel like y'all do 90% of the work for me. Because now I just don't do anything, and then people are so scared, I just kill them. And I never even I never even showed them I was gonna do it. So like I don't even have to do anything. I feel like the character has existed so long, and then the people who have played them have like been so like aggressive. I never have to do anything because people already just expect me to do those things, and I just never go for it, and then it just works out because then I just catch the option selects into max damage, or I'll just catch people trying to run away, and I'll just safely approach them.
There's some characters I still don't know anything about. Like I haven't played against them because nobody picks them, and it's always nice to play against them too. But like I always want to play characters at like the highest of levels now. So like let's say for instance like the only person around is Kirishiro. The only person is Sugar Bear. Before I knew Sugar Bear existed, I've never played against Kirishiro. Not at his level at least. I've been blowing up Kirishiro's left and right. Right? It's like, oh, they do the spin, SSM. Right? They do frog, alright, jump. Cool. Right? I'm blowing up. Nobody ever uses it that way. Right? Like nobody uses it like this way. And like I still to this very day have characters that I have issues with. I have issues with Yoshitora. I have issues with against Charlotte. Right? Even though there's so many Charlottes, right? Like Marco Polo was the first person that I seen blow up slide. Like before the patch. Right? Like I didn't know that you could DP his slide. Like I didn't know that. Like I mean on block, by the way. Max range.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. Not until Marco did it. And that day when I played Marco, I was so mentally frustrated because I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe it's lag, maybe he's getting lucky, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I was fighting with myself in the process, right? Because I was like, this should work. It's max range. I know I'm max ranging it. Right? The first time I did it, he blew it up. I was like, maybe I'm too far in. And then I slid again. I was like, this is max range. And he still blew it up. And I was like, how? Like how are you doing that? Like I want to know. and then I labbed it, and I was like, holy shit, you can do that. Yeah. And then he told me, he was like, yo, I can blow up slide at any given distance with DP. And I was like, I didn't know that.
I'm surprised you didn't know that, because that's something I put that out like in the first like 3 weeks of the game coming out.
But that's the thing, right? Obviously, that was information that had gotten past me, right?
Here's the thing: is that you won't know until someone does it to you.
Exactly, right? Exactly. And no one has never done it. No one has ever done it. Period. Right? Nobody. Like no one has ever done that to me except for in my time playing this game. Nobody has ever done that to me. So I'm like, this is new information. That's why, like I always say, you can learn from everybody, right? They could be weak, you could still learn. Maybe they have some knowledge that you don't know, right? Now, I'm not saying Marco Polo is weak because he's actually really good at the game, but I'm just saying, like, that could have been some random guy who doesn't know what they were doing, but they know that small information, right? And then
I'm so surprised he's doing so well.
I'm
When I
not.
played him at Lunar Bout, I mean, I fucked his ass up. And I don't know if it was. I didn't know how new he was or anything. I think he was pretty new back then. So he might be better now than he was back then. I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that he's doing well because he plays a lot of KOF. So I'm not really too surprised. And KOF requires a lot of footsies. It requires a lot of like. And apparently, from what I heard, he's like a KOF god. Right. This is before like I got to know him. Right. So, like they were like Marco's like a KOF god, and I was like, where I did my research, and obviously he is. Right. So, um, I'm not surprised. Honestly, I would actually be more surprised if he was doing terrible at this game, because like I don't know, it just a lot of things transfer over. Like I'm even like surprised I'm doing well, and I'm a Guilty Gear player, and I'm an anime player. I've been playing anime all my life. I haven't really been playing like big like SNK games. Like I have KOF. Like the last KOF game I played was it? I think it was 12. What was the one with Whip in it? It was Whip, and Oswald was in it. I don't know which one that is. I don't know if it's 12. Nah. It was for either PS2 or PS3. I forget which one it is.
2002, I think.
Nah, it's KOF, but I think it's either 11.
Oh, you talking KOF 12?
Yeah, 11.
11.
I think it's
11. It's 11. It's 11. It's the one with the tax system in it, I think.
That is the last KOF that I've played. That was the last one. My team was Whip, Andy, Oswald. That was the last KOF I've ever played seriously, and like I was okay with that. And after that, I didn't play SNK game like ever again until like Central 4. I played Central 4, and I was like, okay. So I wish I played. Oh, I did play. I played. What was the one with what is it? Do Long, I think his name is, or Do.
Oh, KOF 2003.
No. It's KOF. I think it's either 13 or 14.
Come on.
No, 13. 13. Yeah. I played that one. But the only character that I was good with was Do Long, right? I wound up calling his name wrong. So my name on Discord is Douche Long because I called him Douche Long by mistake. And like people in the Sam Show Discord was like, yo, you have to put your name as that now because that's wild. I was like, because I thought he was like Douche Long. He had linky legs and stuff like that. He was pretty sick. So that's like my favorite character in 13. My actual favorite character is Andy.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've always liked Andy over Terry. So.
Oh, you're an Andy guy.
Why not? Like, Andy's faster.
Yeah.
Andy he's cool. He's much cooler, right? He's like a better attitude, right? So
I like.
Yeah.
He don't speak English though.
Who, Andy? Who cares?
Go back. You don't like the fucking really bad like English.
Yo, CVS 2 days? Oh man.
I fucking love it.
Man.
I'm a fan of the bad English.
Oh man, freaking burning knuckles. So funny. It's so funny when the actors like try to speak English, but it's really bad English.
Yeah, I love it, man. Fucking Geese is my favorite for sure for that.
Stand up. Yeah, stand up. Double Reaper Kid. You cannot escape from y'all. Oh man.
So good. Yeah, man, fucking I don't know. This is people's like skills are transferable for sure.
They are. I think if you like really want to get good at the game, you should really
I think what's really most important is not really the skill set, but of like the game you play specifically, but how you approach learning. So
yes,
that's what really allows you to like become really good real quick in a new game.
Like, I think like how you go about with the new game, right? Like if you pick it up, like if you're gonna put this, like if you pick it up and all you think about is combos, like especially anime games, they're kind of hard not to do.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z, Guilty Gear, You know, you want to do combos, right? You want to see some sick stuff, man. You want to see the air unblockables and the 50-50 mix-ups, and you know, like, yo, this is sick. But then when you're getting rushed down, you're like, damn, I don't know how to block. Like, your defense is shit, but your offensive is really good. But then when you get mauled, you're like, oh no, this character's cheap. How do I fucking stop this character? I can't stop the attack, and all, you know, you nerf this character, right? It's not, you don't nerf the character. Your defense just sucks, bro. Like, you're seductive to grab and getting mixed, right? You crack, you know, you raw ESEN, you know, on wake up, and you raw SSM on wake up because you're tired of getting Sabami Geist or 5B'd. You know, it pisses you off. You know, stuff like that. Like, mental, you should work on like mental, and you should work on your approach, right? So you can kind of have a balance. You want to like balance it out, right? Luckily for everybody, Samsho is not like a combo based game. Because I think we would have a smaller community if it was a combo based game.
Thank God.
People would be getting mixed. People would be getting mixed everywhere. Right? Like, can you imagine instant air dash from Shizu? Like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't want none of that.
Fucking IAD Shizu? Oh man, people would be screaming, bro. Oh.
The whole reason I even play Samsho is because I enjoy like playing on the ground, and most of the game is on the ground. So, you know, aside from a few people, but most of the fighting's on the ground, and having strong fundamentals goes so far. It just really, you know, speaks to me. But
I think Samsho will teach you that. Like, if you didn't have footsies, like, Samsho really shows you who's a gorilla and who actually is good at footsies, who's actually good at being patient and methodical and understanding. Like,
the only problem is that the one thing that will happen is that if you play Samurai Showdown and then you go play another game, you're gonna be completely blown away about how fucked up risk reward is when you fuck up an anti-air in a different game.
well, actually, you know what's weird? Because I went back to playing Guilty Gear, and like, my whole mindset is different. Like, my whole mindset, like the way I play Johnny, is like so different. Like my guerrilla style with Johnny in the past, I kind of slowed it down. And like, a lot of players that I would lose to, like back to back, I don't really lose to anymore, because they would take advantage of my like guerrilla style with Johnny. So it's like, oh, so this is what I've been missing out all these years.
Well,
Like, let me just.
I'm fucking happy for you because I want to go play Street Fighter 5. I anti-aired this guy 4 times, and then he got 1, and then beat triggered, and I lost.
And you died. Yeah. Street Fighter's like that.
I didn't. No, Street Fighter 5 is like that. I fucking played 4, and it was. And if you anti-aired someone in 4, that was their ass. But
so I call that goofy style. Right? Because there's a meme with Goofy on it that says, "Get banned from Discord. Come back to Discord. Come back to the channel. Fucking do it again." Right? So, so I call that goofy style because, like, when you jump C with Shizu and they block it, you just do it again, right? And eventually, like, you're gonna try to like anti-air it, but he's gonna clean you out. So Street Fighter's like that also. I actually play Karen. Like, that is like, I can't get in, I'm gonna just jump. Eventually I'm gonna get you. And when I do get you, it's gonna be a bad day. Like, so you better have your AAs on point because I'm gonna get you.
It's fucked up. It's like you could have your anti-airs on point.
Still lose.
Yeah, still lose just because like the risk reward is so skewed that if you just don't get it, you're fucking dead. And then even if you correctly anti-aired them like 4 times, it's not even close to as much as them getting the 1 jump in, and it's fucked up. Like I play, like, I learned, like, to me my favorite character is Sagat, and in 4, if you land Tiger Uppercut, you can like get space back and put pressure, and then or switch to the corner or whatever. This game in 5, if you land Tiger Uppercut, nothing changes fundamentally. You just do a very small amount of damage, and you go back to losing. It's really bad. But like, obviously 4 has its own problems. 4 has like
Four
has
I mean,
like
for
the
what
problems.
it's worth, 4 was a great game because 4 had like neutral, 4 had like combos, 4 wasn't too crazy. I mean, it had its.
Yeah,
Rufus
4
was
had
a terror.
everything. The only problem with 4 is that like the top tiers just had like the best mix-ups, but I mean, come on, man. What do you want? Do you want to have fun at the start of the round, or do you want to lose half the fucking game and then have fun? Because that's what I feel like 5 functions like that too. But it's not till after you get your ass kicked. So, like, what do you want, man? Do you want to like to? Do I have to have a? So I have to lose to get to the fun part of my character. In 5 and 4, if I play Akuma, I'm just gross, like out the gate. And then you better
4?
respect.
Oh, yeah.
You better respect
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you better respect me, like straight up.
Well, what's nuts is when they put Akuma in Tekken. What were they thinking?
Yeah, man, that's. I'm glad they did that. Fuck the. I'm glad
Yo,
Tekken
what?
has to deal with Akuma because we've been dealing with that shit for a long time.
Yo, what? Third Strike Akuma was gross. Street Fighter 5 Akuma was gross. Street Fighter 4 Akuma was gross. Yo, please. Yo, they
But-
love them Akuma.
The good news is that like unlike 5, 4's final version fixed a lot of problems it had
Mm.
while introducing new ones because they just ditched the fucking game last second because they were just focusing on this trash heap that they put out now.
Well, you know why Street Fighter 5, well, the battle system at least, you know why it is the way it is, right? You know who the battle designer is, right?
Yeah, fucking Wushige.
Yeah, Ushige, man. He's like, I'm gonna put some Guilty Gear into this fucking game, man. We're gonna fucking, yo, Rashid,
Trash.
straight, Gio. He's what? He was top tier.
No,
for
he
like
is. No, I'm saying it's trash that he exists.
fucking 2-3 seasons, bro. Yo, the stuff he has now, he has the Spider-Man wall bounce stuff, man. Yo, please, man.
It's
The
dumb.
characters.
I pray 4 gets rolled back one day. It never will, but
G is a whole combo character, man. He
I-
touches you.
yeah, Jesus, stupid as fuck. That motherfucker is ridiculous. He's
Yo.
literally how you. He's literally the definition of the game ain't over till it's over.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when you get grabbed and he asks you that dumbass question. Why don't you block?
Yeah,
You get
well,
grabbed. It's like I'm getting grabbed. How can I block?
the I don't know. I miss 4. The only thing is that like for the final version, Elena is just so fucking stupid. She's the one to me. I can deal with everything else, but Elena, if I hold Street Fighter 4 tournaments, I'm banning her.
Yo,
Because
who did you play in for again?
Sagat and Yun.
Oh, Sagat. I'm surprised you're not playing Elena because Elena was like the fucking health version of Tam Tam. You just be lame with her, gain
Oh,
health.
Sagat is like Tam Tam. Fucking Elena is for like any idiot. I don't give a fuck, dude. You could be like terrible and be still
played,
Elena.
I played Jury and Abel
Abel's like
and
man.
Goken.
Abel's like, you don't want to fuck with those guys. Those guys don't give a fuck about anything. And then they'll go for their fucking 100% mix and then tell you it was
Oh yeah, for
unsafe.
sure, man. Fucking 2C into fucking command grab and get the mix, and if you're in the corner, you're gonna have a bad day. Right? Then I get an actual hit grab or a real grab. You gotta guess the mix, and especially the spin. Oh, the spin. Oh man.
The good news
Yo.
is that, like Sam Show, 4 has a lot of defensive options that you can take.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's never over. Sure, the Oki
but
is
it has
stupid.
equal offensive options.
Yeah,
too,
but
with
I'd rather
a lot
have
of things.
I'd rather be able to make my opponent guess on my wake up than die. Like 5. 5 is like die. Like
Yeah, but
you're just
four
dead.
had things like wake up DP, FA.
You had FADC, you had DP,
Yeah,
you had
FADC, yeah.
backdashing, you had focus attack.
Yeah.
You could fucking backdash focus attack. You could crouch
And it
attack.
was red. There was a red one.
Yeah, the
Gave
red
you
focus
armor.
attack. You do all kinds of shit. But like
Yeah.
obviously offense is super strong too. But it's fine. So long as defense is strong and then offense is strong, then it is what it is at that point. You don't want to just have trash defense and then offense is just the one way you win. I think that's the reason why 5 has so many comebacks.
Mhm.
It's just you can't stop the motherfucker. Like if he gets the offensive like pressure going in 5 and he has V trigger and super and you have full life, you might as well have no life because if he gets you, it doesn't matter. You're dead.
So I have a question. Speaking of offense and defense stuff, what defensive, I believe these are defensive stuff. Well, what defensive stuff would you like to return to Sam Show? Like, what would you like to see?
I would like to have the pursuits back, only because right now, if you jump into a fireball, nothing happens and the damage is very minimal. But if like Gendro's card knocked you on the ground and he could pursuit you, then it would make his card actually not trash. Same with like Galford's Fireball. Like Fireballs are just weak in this game. You can already just defend them. So, you know, why not let you get more for it with like a pursuit if you're close enough?
The only thing I really want to come back is suicides.
I would like that too. Only to deny my opponent Rage Bar.
Oh, I also would like nothingness. I would like that to come back.
Man, fuck that shit. I don't want to play no fucking Ukyo and stay in nothingness. You crazy?
I was just thinking about that. What? Yo, the things I would do to you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. What I don't want to come back though is the low profile, right? When they duck,
Oh yeah, that shit. I don't want hops back. I know the 5 special players like hops.
Yeah.
I fucking hate hops. I really do.
I think hops would be nice.
I hate hops. I hate them.
I do hop and it's about me, guys. Made hop. Oh, that'd be sick.
I don't like people running at me and I gotta guess between hop or jump. I'm sick. I don't like it, man. I know they're gonna be like, look, man, if you just wait, dude. If I wait, I'm already guessing anyway. So why is you running at me a fucking guess? Like,
yeah,
I'm good. I know they're gonna fucking like shit top me for that, but I'm totally cool with hop not existing ever again.
I think crouching. If they put back like the low profile crouching, I think that would blow up Ukyo. I think
because you can't fucking Tsubame on wake up.
Yeah, I think people would OS that, or that would be like part of the meta against Ukyo. I think that would make Ukyo go down in tier list actually also, because if you really can get that inside of your gameplay, Ukyo kind of dies. Like the main schematics.
We already have so many defensive options. It's hard for me to imagine having more.
I think they might. I actually feel like they might.
We have a move that nullifies chip. We have a blowback that doesn't cost meter. We have rolls that go left, right, or neutral. And then we have throw invincibility if we do neutral. And then we have a dodge. So, like, what? What do you want? Like, fucking what?
As much as I would love, like, the only thing, because suicides, can you imagine, like, you're sitting there and you are, like, the timer's counting down, you don't have a weapon, the person jailed you, and you're just there, right? You're just like, what the fuck? I'm going to die. Do I just run into this guy's sword, gain meter? You just kind of suicide yourself. Fuck it. And finishers. I mean, I know you can't kill yourself obviously with a weapon.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about when a person doesn't want to come to you or something like that. You know, just in general, I think they should. Oh, and finishers. The finishers I would like to have too.
Oh, like the fucking the really savage fucking killing.
Yeah. I think cool. Like Ukyo runs past you back and forth and cuts you in half. Like fucking Suigetsu's. I think it's Suiju that does it. He makes it rain.
Yeah, Suiju makes it rain blood.
Yeah, I forgot Yoshitora. Obviously, his is the Seventh Sword.
I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna exist only because their intent with the game was to not have that exist. That's the whole reason why the censored blood even has a thing in this game. I don't think they want that on stage. That's fucked up. Because I remember seeing Evo and they had the white blood. Like, what the fuck? Come on, Sam.
Oh yeah, they censored it. Yeah, that would be sick though. That'd be nice to have like death moves. That'd be pretty cool. That'll add on to like.
I want the classic death. I missed in 5 special when I cut somebody with Tam Tam. They like flinched, and then like
the top slide off.
The top half just slides off. Yeah, I want that back.
Yeah. That's a nice. That'll be a nice thing too. I think they should make them. I guess they didn't want to make the game like Mortal Kombat, so.
Well, they should. It's way cooler. Fuck it, man. Because Mortal Kombat's like super exaggerated. I prefer like the classic.
I mean, their characters are exaggerated.
I like the minimalist of Sam Show. Just like cut them in half and then the top part slides off. It's that simple. Just let it happen. They already let us cut them in half. Yeah, why not just do that one? Yeah. I mean, shit, man. We already cut the motherfuckers in half.
I wish they could add like burn stuff too, right? Like when you get Sabami Gaish, if they kill you with Sabami Gaish, it kind of
just disintegrate.
Like, disintegrate, right? That'd be great, right? Or they just get crisped out, right? Like that'd be great, right? That type of stuff, that little depth there, that'd be great to see, right? So, I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot they could do. They're not gonna do it because they're not. All that costs money to produce new animations and stuff, but. if we could believe in them, I guess maybe they could do it. But we know they're not going to do it. They're not going to do anything that takes extra money per character to have happen, like animation wise, and they're not going to add any new moves probably. So we can just throw that shit out, which just sucks. And I mean, the only thing we can really pray for is that they're not going to put rollback, obviously, but we could pray for it, and that's about it.
Are you waiting for Strive or are you gonna play Strive?
I'll play Strive.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I'm not good at Guilty Gear, but this new one is probably more my alley, so I'll try it.
Yeah, everyone's gonna play Strive, and I think what's gonna happen is people are gonna play Strive, and the OGs are gonna say two things: this game is great, or this game sucks. The moment randos start winning, that's another thing in the community that a small community enjoys having. So yeah, this is another problem I wanted to get at. A small community enjoys having the same people win over. I don't know why people like that. It's odd, right? So like a lot of small communities, like Under Night, right? We're gonna throw Under Night underneath the bus again. A lot of players complain how like they want to be good at the game, but they kind of can't. But there is obviously, like, for instance, Sonic Fox, for instance, right? He originally wasn't great at fighting games, right? He wasn't always good at fighting games, right? He was taught, and he had a natural talent for fighting games, and now he kind of just wins, right? But I heard a lot of people weren't like okay with this, right? And Losso's another thing, right? Losso, he originally, when he played Guilty Gear, I heard that the Guilty Gear community actually left him, right? They left him because he kept winning consistently. Like, he just kept winning. Like, everywhere he went, he won, right? They left him one day, right? He was supposed to ride with them, and they just kind of like left him, right? Like, yo, I thought you guys were gonna help me. So I don't know why that is, but communities don't like it's like upcoming players. Like, if you see them getting good, it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna speak for all communities, but that is a thing, right? That is a big thing. Like
I mean, it does exist.
Godlike, right? And it sucks. It honestly sucks. You should give people time to shine, right? Like, if this player's working hard, he's making top 3, right? You should give him some time to shine, right? So what I think is gonna happen is, I think, this is obviously a theory, that Strive is gonna come out, and either there's gonna be a lot of randos that are gonna be really good at the game because of the way the game is, or the OGs are not gonna like the game because of the situation, or the OG's gonna dominate. I think that's what's gonna happen.
I think
This is my opinion, but usually that happens.
I mean, yeah, but people continually just not like the new game because it doesn't offer anything the old one, has. Like, in my case, I would like to say that, like, between 4 and 5, obviously 5 lacks everything I enjoy from a fighting game, so I didn't like it. But it wasn't because I'm good or bad at it. It just doesn't taste. So Strive will probably have that problem as well, where people like Sign for whatever reason, like abusing YRC. Maybe they don't like that shit, and this is not gonna exist, right? Or it doesn't exist in the same way, and they're gonna think it's trash, and they'll probably shit talk and all that good stuff. Just like, it's the normal cycle of fighting games. Even now, even Sam Show, even if people are like, man, 5 specials is better because of this, and this. It's natural. But you're right. I mean, but the thing that actually matters, despite all that, is if the community gets bigger and it grows. The only reason it matters to me that they do that is because this will be the first like test of Japanese devs actually listening and giving us what we fucking want, which is the rollback, right?
I think the community will grow, but for a short time.
Well, you know what the best part is? If it doesn't grow and it fucking like goes back to being Guilty Gear sized,
yeah, because
you'll have rollback.
Guilty Gear is, I would say, Guilty Gear is actually, so the Rev community is actually bigger than Sam Show, but Sam Show is not far behind. It sounds odd, but I think the the Guilty Gear community is divided by a lot of casuals, very minuscule tournament players. So like a lot of the casuals kind of just like, I can't catch up to this person, so I'm gonna just play it until Strive comes out, right? Or until the next one comes out, right? This is before Strive was announced. Like until the next one comes out. I heard a lot of people saying that, like I don't want to play this game anymore because I'm never going to break top, or I'm never going to get to where I want to be. But I am waiting for the next one because I guess the new one kind of returns everyone's skill level back to 0, right? Like this game is new. You don't know anything about it, even though you've won multiple tournaments. Now I don't know anything about it, even though I've never won a tournament at all. But this gives me a chance to catch up to you,
Yeah.
right? And when I'm able to beat you now, you're gonna hold it, right? So then either that person is gonna be like, "This game is for scrubs. Fuck this game," or I'm just saying it like it is, right? Because
I mean, it happens, man. Well,
these are things that I have seen, bro.
Well, it
like,
happens.
Like, even Sam Show. I was in someone's stream. I won't say the name. I was in someone's stream, and they were like, "If you're not good at Guilty Gear, then you can just go to Sam Show."
Damn.
That was their comment. While they were playing. Like, they were like, "If you don't like Guilty Gear, you can just go to Sam Show." And I was like, "Whoa." Well, I came at a bad time. Exit. Right? And that sucks. That's rough, right? Like that. Some people think the game is like easy peasy lemon squeezy and the game sucks. So Strive is definitely going to have that, where this game is for scrubs. That's the OS, right? This game is not like Exert, so fuck that game. Or I'm not as good as I am in Exert. Or, oh, Painbot, you think you win it? You play me in Exert. What's up? Play me in Exert. You'd be like,
I'm totally that guy for Street Fighter.
yeah, like I'm not gonna play you in Exert because I'm not gonna win, but we can play Strive, which is the new platform. You play me in Strive. Like, oh, like don't be upset you're getting wrecked, bro. Like, it just sucks, man. Like it sucks that people do that, but that's just the mentality of fighting game players, man. Like
the issue is here's the reality of it all. Is that newer fighting games, the games are becoming easier. And the protective layer of knowledge that you have when these new games come out is peeled away, right? So you're this vulnerable little baby. So like now you've been using your fucking, like, I don't know, let's say you play fucking Kai or some shit, right? The eat shit character. That fucking guy?
sure.
Let's say you play Kai. The knowledge check on people that you play with Kai, if it doesn't like exist anymore, and you were just checkmating people with YRC Fireball and like,
Right, and now that doesn't exist,
yeah,
you're gonna get blown the fuck up now.
Yeah,
right?
like, yeah, because the amount of labbing you have to do to conquer a lot of things in Guilty Gear is insanely high. But
Yes.
but a lot of these fucking newer games, they get rid of that.
Yeah,
So,
they don't want you sitting in training mode.
yeah, they don't want you
30
fucking labbing the
hours,
same
right?
shit over and over again. Now they're more like, all right, well, do the bare minimum and then run and learn the strategy, I guess. So like now, games were like, just knowledge was the barrier by like, like it just separated people by like a big margin. The more fighting games we get, the more that goes away. And obviously, it'll still exist because you still need knowledge to like punish things correctly. But it's not gonna prevent you from like touching these motherfuckers. The problem is that a lot of people are untouchable, right? Unless you fucking learn how to defend this guy's YRC left-right mix-up, right?
It sucks because now there's blue RC, which goes to projectiles. So now that's definitely going to be like a big problem, right? People are going to be zoning, and I'm going to be like, whoop, blue RC.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, right there. Boom. That's a problem already.
I'm gonna wait for this. I'm not waiting for this idiot to throw a projectile and watch me blow past it because I got 50 heat. Yo, let's do this. And then you're gonna throw one, and here I am, combo time, right? Like, it's someone's always gonna complain about something.
I know. It's
never
true.
going
I mean, I hate it. I actually don't like that we're doing that, but I like it and I don't like it. I like simple games, right? But I like simple in execution. I don't like simple in strategy. But I mean, it's nothing inherently wrong with that. I think the only thing that will make me not want to play a fighting game at this point is if this is something that Samurai Showdown has eloquently handled. I don't like revenge mechanics at all. Like I hate them. I don't like
Oh,
the feeling.
talking about like X Factor,
X Factor
and
and V Trigger and
V-Trigger
fucking
and getting,
Rage taking Rage. Those to me,
Rage.
those
And
are
what the
terrible.
fucking
I hate them.
Dragon Ball Z has what is it called?
Well, Sparking's not that bad.
Man, sparkling. Oh, you man.
Sparking's not that bad. Fucking Sparking is like much more
I guess
tame
you've-
than V Trigger and fucking.
I guess
X
you've
Factor.
never been robbed before by sparkling, but all right.
Well, the difference is that like, if you're 1v3, the guy will probably beat your ass anyway, because he has 2 assists. He has a Vegeta assist and some shit behind him, right? So like, it's whatever. But like in V Trigger and X Factor, those dudes are scary. Like they're way stronger than when the round started. So I don't like
X Factor Wesker and X Factor
like fucking
Magneto.
Virgil. Dude, Virgil's the fucking
Dude.
motherfucker. But
Hey, don't talk about my friend.
dude,
Stop.
he's too cheap. He's still cheap. It's been like fucking years and he's still too cheap.
He's still so cheap and he's still so good. Shout outs to Virgil. I'm motivated.
That
Anyways,
guy's so cheap. But yeah, I don't like games that like their revenge mechanic is just that the character is now grosser than they did when they started when you were winning. So as long as they avoid that, I'm good. Like the only reason I like Sam Show's weapon flip is because it's on a timer, right? So like you can just play defensively, and the only way their weapon flip is gonna like kill you is that they have to throw. Like if you really committed this to blocking, right? They have to throw if they want to land the weapon flip. So at the very least, the action to land weapon flip is death. So it's fine. You can always whip punish with your weapon flip and all that, but at that point you're just misplaying. But it's fine. Because if they do it and they mess up, they die. Or if you call it out, they die. But in the other games, they're just walking instant wins. And that can take the fucking game back at any moment.
Yeah, can you imagine that person's down to the last character and they pop X Factor and they're Wesker or Virgil and they just cook you, bro? You're like, I got robbed.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I hope Strive doesn't have that. Because I have more than enough experience with that shit in Tekken and fucking Street Fighter 5. And I played Marvel, not for very long for the exact reason, but yeah.
I mean, there's never been a mechanic like that in I mean, even YRC, as like wild as it is, it just got you out of sticky situations, really. Like I've done some wild shit with Johnny with YRC. It'd be like they're coming in, they see the read, I just YRC it. It's like,
well, that's not a combat mechanic. You get that from.
No, I'm
running.
saying there's never been a combat mechanic in Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah, that's true. But there's always a first time for everything. That's why I'm afraid, because Street Fighter 4 didn't have a combat mechanic. I mean, Street Fighter didn't have a combat mechanic. And Street Fighter 4 came out, right? And we got Ultra Bar, which luckily that is way more tame than everything. Ultra meter to me is really close to like weapon flip.
Street Fighter X Tekken had it too. Pandora.
Well, that shit was not good either. So it was fine. So like no, it was no harm, no foul. But then 5 and Marvel. Well, first Marvel, then 5, and then Tekken. Tekken 6 with Rage was ridiculous.
I hope Daisuke doesn't ever do that to his Guilty Gear, man. Because his worst Guilty Gear is what is it? Izuka?
I that's the first one I ever played, by the way. I was like, this game is trash.
Excuse me? Yo, you need to be hit by a bus. That character is terrible.
That game was awful.
The game is awful.
I couldn't understand what the fuck was happening. I was like, all Guilty Gears like this?
You ever watched high level Izuka players? Like they just comboing into each other. It's nuts. Like 2v1, like it's 4-player, and then you beat one of your friends' characters, and you're just left on the screen. Just give it up. You might as well just give that up.
I'm good. I'm not watching that. But yeah, my only concern with fucking Guilty Gear is if they decide to do that.
I didn't start playing Guilty Gear until XX. Like I dabbled with all the rest, but XX was like my first sit down.
I played my first one was Iska, and then I played fucking then the next one I played was Accent Core, and then I didn't really play it that much after that. And
yeah, I played XX, Accent Core, then Plus R, then Exert, Sign, when Johnny was put in. Right?
Sign? So, no, that's Rev.
Rev, yeah, sorry, Rev, yeah. I played Sign, but I played Ramp the Hall. But the moment they nerfed her, I just dropped the game. I was like, I'm not playing this game no more. Like, I only played Ram just because she was top tier. Because I didn't want to like One second. So I only played it because she was top tier, and like other than that, I was like, there's no Johnny, and I have no interest in this game. No drop. So
I was playing it a lot, and then Street Fighter 5 came out, and I was like, I gotta play Street Fighter 5. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I played Street Fighter 5, and I wish so. Some of the stuff I thought was pretty cool until they decided to change it. Like Ken's run stance cancel. If he still had that, I would be playing Ken because I think that's like super cool. And like I play Karen, so like I loved Karen's like first frame Tenko. I love that. Like Tenko was like insane.
So, I miss DPs being invincible.
Thank goodness it's gone.
Yeah, they got rid of Oki and invincible DPs. At that point, I was done. I checked out, and then they nerfed my character. I was like,
it's
okay,
more like an anime game now. Like really, like looking at it, it's more like an anime game.
It's nothing to me. it's a fucking high level fucking checkers.
yeah. It's not, Sam Show is chess, and like any other game is like checkers, basically.
Well, what was it they fucking said? The Tekken guys said a lot of Tekken guys are not in the good favor with their game right now. They said it's like high level rock paper scissors. To me, that's fucking Street Fighter as well. They're having the same problem with their game.
But Sam Show's kind of like that too, man.
It is, but the difference is we can mitigate it because our defensive options are so strong that you can throw rock, but rock leads to you losing 80%, right? So we can just use logic. But in other games, the like doing one thing is half your life, and then doing the other thing is half your life. So like, it's truly no way to mitigate it. You just have to make a choice. So like G is like the worst at this, right? So like G, command throw, full screen corner carries, and then takes like 40% or some shit, right? But if you get caught, you lose by an actual attack because you're trying to jump the command throw, you lose 40% and get full screen corner carried.
Yeah, because he combos you.
Yeah, so like you there's no way to mitigate that guess. You have to guess, right? And it's just
and then if you try V reversal, you're getting grabbed.
Yeah, like he can throw you. But like at that point, it's not like a way to. It's not like an intelligent way to do the rock paper scissors. You just have to make a good guess.
Can you imagine if you could throw the OS?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
that'd be like Sam Show. You try the OS, and then they're gonna OS, so you do 2D, and then you go to grab, and you grab that's crazy. Like that'll kill a lot, right? Like that's wild.
Yeah, that's why like even though Sam Show does have that rock paper scissors in it, the consequences for going for rock is so high that if I guess paper, then I win. So it's fine because I just read the shit out of you. But like
100%.
But like the other game is like if I read that G is going for command throw, or no, if I read that G is approaching me and I jump back and I guess right or some shit, then I might win.
I think Street Fighter doesn't have as much of a commitment as Sam Show does. Like so with rock paper scissors, like Sam Show, if I throw rock and then you do paper, it's like, all right, you win, right? But in Street Fighter 5, if I do rock and you throw paper and I change my rock to scissors, then you lose. That's generally what it is. It's like he's aggressive. I'm gonna V reversal here, right? So I'm aggression, I'm rock. You V reversal, right? So I'm like, I could go for this, so then I fake this and I go to grab, right? Because you could do that. You can actually like jab, activate the V-trigger, and then go into grab, right? So like you read the punch, but the punch is so fast that I can go into grab after. It's not Laura could do it. It's nuts.
Well, it's more like to me, it's like on defense in Sam Show, you can mitigate it, right? But like on defense in 5, you're fucked because like if I guess DP to beat your offense, if I get it, I get no damage. And you get no Oki, and then you just get back up, and we're back to square one again. But if you guess right on my DP, I lose the whole game. And you never risked anything because the thing you're pressuring me with is something you earn from losing. So that's the frustrating part.
And that's like the worst part, because when you can read your opponent, but your reads is like worth shit.
Yeah, it's not worth
that
anything.
that is like a lot of games currently. Like Guilty Gear is like that too, where like you read the opponent is doing a negative move and they YRC it.
No, yeah, I had this exact conversation with someone before about Guilty Gear and why I don't like playing XR. And just like, and I feel like when I play Guilty Gear, my reads don't amount to shit because
Yeah,
they
if
can
you're a
just,
read-based player, forget about it.
yeah, like the game is like robotic. Like you should really learn how to like pressure someone into the point that they don't get a turn, and that's really how you win.
That's exactly why I play the way I play with Johnny, because I get the combo that sets you up with Mistfinder and it's unblockable. There's really not much you could do. You have to guess between me recoining and me unblockable. And even if I missed you up and I YRC it, when you get up and I back up, you better figure something out next, because my next move is me misfinding you and it's an unblockable, and you're gonna get hit hard, which leads into another truck combo.
I'm not.
Johnny's
I do not have fun with that idea of like
Yeah.
just being like mine. Like just because I didn't block one, just because you put a block on me one time and you have like 50% meter, I'm about to have a really rough next 30 seconds. Like I'm not. That's not fun.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's not fun because because it's funny because like the way I look at it is that I prefer it. Hey, I know he's gonna miss Finer. I'm gonna kill him for it. I can't. That moment like never comes.
No,
like never.
I YRC. You wake up. I back up, and then I snipe you. Especially if I'm on level 3,
and I'm dead.
Sounds rough, buddy.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
Sounds rough.
That's why we play this game.
I'm talking about the first combo that I do to you is like taking like 40%. God help you. Pray to your Lord and Savior that isn't a counter hit, because that's even worse.
Yeah, you're about to be wall splattered for almost 10 seconds, actually.
We're talking 6 HS takes a lot of damage from you if it's counter hit, especially if I've cranked your risk gauge. Yeah, just put your controller down, man. Especially if you just stop playing this game. Just give it up, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
And
I'm never going down that path. hopefully, Strive is more my speed, and we can revisit that when that happens.
But to be honest with you, when I first picked up Samsho 7, and I was like, this game is a walk in the park. Like comparison to what I've dealt with mentally with Guilty Gear and like Blaze Blue, Samsho just seems so easy, right? Because it's so slow, right? Because when you're playing games like Guilty Gear and you're playing games like Blaze Blue or anime-based games, right? I have IAD. You're constantly thinking. You're constantly mentally draining yourself, right? You're like, oh, he's going for the mix. I gotta block this. I gotta block the high and the low. Which one comes first? Oh, I have the alpha counter. Oh, I gotta dash in now. Oh man, he teched the one frame grab. Oh man, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. And you're mentally killing yourself for 2 games straight, right? Samsho, you don't have that, right? Like you're thinking, but you're like, he's gonna do 5B. I can run up. He might hit me. Maybe I'll just recoil here and see if I can like do this. And you're thinking, but it's not as fast, right? It's not like, even if the person oppresses you, you still have like a chance. And Guilty Gear, if you're oppressed and you don't know, and you're thinking, you can think so much. And I've heard this before that I thought too much and I confused myself. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, he went for the instant air dash and I confused myself and I lost. I was like, all right, cool. It's just easy. Samsho is just easy in general. It's just nice. The game is just nice. That's probably why I like it so much. Right? Especially if you're an anime fan, like you don't want to deal with all that all day. I actually haven't went back to Guilty Gear since I've played Samsho.
I'm so ready for fucking rollback Nick.
Yeah. I hope rollback really works out in Strive. I hope it really, makes way with its debut in Strive.
I just know that these, if there's any positive feedback for it, then maybe other Japanese companies will look into it. And then once they all start doing it, then we won't have to deal with another fucking 10 years of trash.
I mean, I'm just wondering why. What is the reason why SNK doesn't have it? Because we all know that Samsho is garbage online. don't.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
money.
on top of not on top of the lobby glitches, right? Like I'm so happy I don't have the SNK ghost thing because that would drive me nuts. That would drive me insane. I don't know if you've seen that glitch before.
I have.
It would drive me like bonkers because not being able to know who I'm playing against is until they body me is like the worst thing in the world to be like, oh, I don't know who this person is, but I'm gonna play. And then the whole game it's SNK Ghost, right? But then when you win, it's Painbot. So this whole time I've been playing Painbot, getting bodied by this person, raging at my screen, and it's Painbot. Yeah, I'm not playing this guy again. I'm good. Thanks. I'm not playing him. I'm good. I've been losing points in ranked, but I don't know who I'm playing until after the match. Nah, I'm alright, man. So I can't even deny it. I don't know because I can't deny it. Right? It doesn't show me that this person's above my level or lower than my level. It just says SNK Ghost, Maru, Disciple. Who am I playing against? It's like the worst glitch in the game. It's the worst glitch. Super Dude has it. Freaking who else has it? There's a lot of people that have it.
I know Shinchie got that shit.
Shinchie got it. Freaking it's just so bad. And you have to uninstall the game. Like I would take the blue thing that I had in the beginning. So when I first started playing Sam Show, I had a glitch where the game would blue screen. Every time I got into a ranked match, it would blue screen. I couldn't play ranked. So like I kept uninstalling and reinstalling and uninstalling and reinstalling. Eventually it fixed, but it was like and Sun Zero has it also. Yeah, it's like the worst. It's the worst glitch in the game. Because you can't go to leaderboards. You can't go to like the leaderboards. You can't like check things out. There's a lot of options you can't do because the glitch is really that bad.
Hopefully they're on the right track to get this shit fixed. I know they don't have much money, but
they need to.
I don't think it's asking much to make the game work.
Give us season 3, right? Just give us season 3 already. Just.
It's so crazy that you hate seeing Ghost and you yourself are a ghost.
Yeah, listen, the way I got my name, man, is like another story in itself, right? Like so, Ghost to Trinity. So my name stems from hide and seek. So me and my friends, like so I live by the water. So in New York, there's a place called Rockaway, which is by the beach. Rockaway Beaches, if you guys have ever heard of it. So there's a lot of fogs sometimes, right? So I always wore hoodies. So a lot of my hoodies would go over my face because there's a time where I wore big clothing, right? It's the era where I was like 16, 15, and I was wearing we had the long shirts in New York. We had to like the fitted hats like over our eyes. It was like probably one of the greatest times in the world. I don't know. Anyways, we look stupid now. If you look back at it, we look dumb as shit. But back then, you were the swaggiest thing on the block if you wore stuff like that. Like your shorts, your pants was extra baggy. Your shirts were extra long. Like you could have worn a size X. You got XL, right? And it was super long, right? Like it was ridiculous. So like we used to play tag a lot, and I always wore hoodies. And we used to always play like in fogs and stuff like that. So that's where I got Ghosts. I would always wear these like crazy hoodies that like go over my face. So the Trinity is because like it's several things. It's because of Platinum the Trinity and Blaze Blue, and like I love the Trinity, not the Holy Ghost ones. I'm talking about the one that the Egyptian one, Horus, and I love the Trinity. So that's where I got my name from, Ghost of Trinity.
There, guys. If y'all wanted to know that shit, there you go. It's
not super interesting, but people come, oh, isn't your name from like Guilty Gear? Like it's not actually. It's from Blaze Blue. So that's where my name comes from. Where does Painbot come from? Like what the hell? And what is this like girl with the red hair? Like what is that?
I'm not telling either of those. I'll have to talk about that another time.
All right.
It's fucking like almost 1 a.m. So
yeah. Well, I told you I had a lot to say. 12:14.
Yeah,
but
12:34. Is your shit 20 minutes behind?
Oh no. I don't have my glasses, so yeah, it's 12:30. I don't have my glasses on, so yeah. So
it was nice having you on, man.
Thank you, man.
Well, maybe we'll get you back on here another time in like maybe like a couple months.
Yo, whenever, man, just let me know. I'm always willing to support you, man. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope
Everybody.
I entertained everyone. So, thank you.
Like I said, guys, we'll probably do. I'll be doing a couple more, but after this, it's gonna be mostly Georgia related. So definitely check out Ghost and all his stuff. You know, he does samurai sparring. Check out his Twitch. Check out his Twitter. His Twitter needs more followers. So
It's rising every day. I wake up. It's somebody new who has followed me from. I mean, I just got KK to follow me, man. KK followed me on Twitch and followed me on Twitter. I'm stoked.
yeah,
The actual
he won't follow me because I'm angry as fuck. So
the actual SNK page followed me on Twitter too, which is great.
I
I'm
knew he
actually
was never
glad.
gonna follow me the moment I told him that the SNK can't fuck up. They better not fuck up. That was a wrap on any SNK rep ever following me.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They when they seen the Majima, was it Majima versus Tryhard Black Guy, and Majima did that like insane like backdash dodge or whatever. They retweeted it and then they followed me. I was like, oh, that's sick. I got the actual page to follow me. That's sick.
fucking lucky.
So, yeah, I'm
But
happy, man. I'm very happy.
all right, guys. I'll catch you another time. If y'all just tuning in, just catch the VOD on YouTube later. Peace.
Thank you guys. Later. Good night.